Hey guys, welcome back to the Unholy Trinity podcast with the Unholy Trinity.
It is us.
It's
right.
us.
Boom, 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 boom.
Before we get into things, let's go around and give a little introduction for any newcomers.
Let's get into it.
Hello, fellow newcomers. It is your boys. I am Dale or Zephyros coming to you, not live from the studio.
Also in the studio, in your mom's basement, it is
Yes.
the SZL, the sun.
SZL.
Yeah.
Sizzle.
Well, I'm in the studio in your mum's bedroom, you see?
Oh.
Ooh,
We changed locations so fast.
yeah. It's
We've
actually
zoomed over there. We've clicked our fingers and this room changed.
Yeah, for sure.
I moved the painting and tilted it, and then we turned into the mom's basement.
Is that a reference?
Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous.
Yeah, all right.
Joe.
Anyway,
Copyright.
yeah, I'm Jack.
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot to do that. I'm getting there.
Hello, Jack.
Yeah. Hello, hello, Sonny.
Oh, hi.
Good to see you guys. You know,
You too, bro. Man, it's been a while.
I think we saw each other last week.
Last week? Man,
Oh,
it's
for
been
the
too
last
long.
I saw you a few days ago.
What were we doing?
Fucking the show. Never have I ever.
Oh yeah, you came for that. Yeah. We
You
didn't finish
forgot
the
I was
season.
there.
No, I forgot we even watched it.
Yeah.
I didn't even add it to my list, but we also
Yeah.
didn't finish it, so that doesn't count. But yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. What have you guys been like up to?
My last week has felt like 2 weeks. This has been pretty eventful.
Yeah.
I haven't done any schoolwork. Any work,
Nice.
which I should have done.
Oh.
So I'm going to do all that tonight.
Well, I finished my last assignment, so I'm like chilling on break now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm going to Mornington Peninsula in a couple of for a holiday.
If you want to see Jack, go there in a couple of days.
Okay, if you want to see me out in the wild, sure.
Interesting
find
talk
him.
then about what's going to happen to the podcast. Would you have
We
fun
could
for it?
probably just take a break for a week or whatever. I don't know, because I think it like falls in line with we might not actually have a movie to watch that week because we're watching Transformers this.
Yeah.
I think, but we'll figure that all out and get back to you guys later
Mhm.
because it'll be after the next episode because the next episode is the Flash, I think. And so that'll be fine, yeah. And maybe, if we take a week break when I go on holiday, maybe we'll finally we'll get the schedule back to normal because we had to change things around, mainly because of this movie, honestly, because this came out. So yeah, sorry if you guys didn't already figure it out. We are watching Rise of the Beast, which is the title of this episode probably.
Yes.
Which in Australia
Transformers.
we're getting it, and I think same in. I'm not sure if it's same in America, but we're getting it for this weekend, this long weekend, and then it's like a pretty big 2-week gap till the film releases for everyone else. And we had to. They kind of did it in a way. It's like exclusive each day of the weekend to a different theater chain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which theaters did you guys go to?
I went to a little place called Reading Cinemas.
Reading Cinemas. How would you rate
Hoyt's
the
Wannabes.
reading?
Yeah, I read well.
Yeah.
Did my research.
What about you? Where did you go?
It's a Kino, innit?
Kino in it, yeah, classic.
To be
We're not
Kino.
sponsored by Kino, but we do spend a lot of time there, don't we?
I spend a fair amount of money in their cinemas, I suppose, by buying tickets.
You're a real
I
Kino
support
ambassador.
their business.
Yeah. And
Because
I
they
saw it at
sell cheap.
Hoyt's. It's one of the main chains in Australia. Where
For
I
an
spent
overpriced
I
price.
spent like a bit under $50, but to be fair, I got an exclusive Little Mermaid cup.
Was that half the price?
That was half the price.
Yeah. Damn.
It's, it has
How
like a
much-
funny water in it.
How much do you pay?
14
14.
on a student
20.50.
discount.
Mine was 20.50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
My actual ticket would have probably been about
Yeah.
Damn.
inflation, am I right? No, this is not really inflation. Cinema tickets have been this expensive for the
It's,
last
yeah.
many.
It's just the ticket monopoly prices. Yeah.
Well,
That's why support your tiny cinemas. Who sell cheaper tickets.
For sure. I'm trying to think of interesting things that happened to me this week. I also went out Oh, wait, do you want to tell me a story about going out? Is that the honest share?
Yeah.
It's the
I went up
important.
to a club, 2 night, same club 2 nights in a row.
Wait, you went 2 nights in a row?
Yeah.
I like,
All day,
you know,
bro.
honestly, I could not, my body could not handle that. But yeah,
Because the first
he's
night,
so young. He's so
on
young.
a
you know?
whim, my friend called me because they okay. I'm trying to think of like what's the best way to not be sensitive about this. They've been going through a lot of shit this week.
Yeah, yeah,
Because they were sad, and they called me up. And I was like, going to a bar. You want to come with? I'm like, okay. And I had work the next day. At
What the
like,
Wait,
I-
so wait,
I had an
so-
8-hour shift the next day, and I had to go early.
was that in the middle of the 2 days or like
In the-
after the 2 days?
So like I had a day, and then my friend's like, come with us, and I'm like, okay. And then that was the first night.
Oh, and then you had to go to work, and then you went back to like.
I left.
Oh,
I was there
Productive
for an
man.
hour and left at 11.
They
Oh,
came
that's
back
pretty
the
good.
next day.
It is,
Relatively
it
early,
is
I
very
guess, yeah.
tame.
yeah.
And then I made out with 3 people, and then I went home, and then
Yo, flexing a little bit. Oh,
Wait, that's
wow.
on the
I didn't
first
get
day.
their numbers.
That's
They were all mutuals. One of them was one of my best friends. One of them was a
Play it,
person
man.
that I'd known for a while, and one of them was a mutual friend.
Yo, this is all tea.
It's
It's a little
tea. He's
bit- a little
spilling
bit of
all
hot
the
gossip.
tea,
But
man.
it's like,
If it's just
they
strangers,
were
it's like,
strangers.
doesn't that? Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're not strangers, that actually is kind of tea.
okay, I didn't think about it that way.
we were. Yeah.
I
Exposed,
don't know, it just
exclusive
felt
on the
right.
podcast.
No, they all asked me to kiss them first.
Oh, okay.
If I was there, I would have joined in. I'd be like, "Can you kiss me too, Sonny?"
Well, definitely, I'd
sure,
be
for
down
sure.
with that.
Kiss
And then-
everyone.
Oh yeah, and then I lost my jacket and then went home.
Damn,
Yeah.
someone stole your jacket, man.
But I was like, I was on like 5 or 6 vodka shots, and I was fine. I took public transport home.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Oh, it's actually related. You know, I took a 3-week break from drinking.
Detox.
Yeah, because I got really fucked one night. There's a bar next to where I work, and we're like regulars there because they give us like cheap drinks and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I had a little bit too much, and I had people offering me drinks a lot, and I'd take it. I'd be like drinking 2 drinks at once. Someone made me take a shot of
Yeah.
Tabasco.
With the
Yeah.
drink, or just
And
Tabasco.
it was like
Oh
a
my God.
it was a mutual, but I didn't really know this dude. And the dude was
Yeah, you
like,
just
"Oh,
take
here's a shot,"
Tabasco.
and yeah. Anyway, yeah, and I was absolutely fucked, and I was like puking in the bathroom, bro. And like, I
Nice.
don't really throw up that much from drinking. Unfortunately, like this is kind of, I don't know if this is a gross detail, but like I hadn't thrown up in like many years, like
Well, that's a good thing.
maybe like 15 years or some shit. Until last year at a house party, because I like drank like a quarter whiskey bottle in
Nice.
one go.
Yeah, that's not good.
It just wasn't good. That was the
No.
worst. But yeah, after this other night, I was like, okay, I'm taking a break. So I took a 3-week gap
Yeah.
from drinking, and then we went out for like another work party thing, and I started drinking again, but like not as much as last time because I'm
Good. Very
I'm a
nice.
good boy now.
Yeah. Drink in moderation, kids. Remember,
Yeah.
do not fuck your shit. And throwing up a lot is not good because like the
That's
stomach
literal
acid.
alcohol poisoning, bro.
And yeah,
Yeah.
and also when you throw up, the stomach acid hits your throat, and that fucks up your throat.
Exactly.
That's true.
My friend, the second night, after we got to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So we started at midnight. Went
That's
around
a
a
nice
few
6
bars,
hours. Yeah.
and then drove to
Drink driving.
Wait,
Same.
you drink driving, bro?
No, the guy
Hell
driving
yeah.
wasn't drinking.
Good.
Nice.
He
We
wasn't
do not
drinking.
endorse drink driving on this channel.
He was smoking some sort of grass. Anyways,
Haha, under the influence
He's
though.
on that Zaza, bro.
bro,
But
that
no
was
drinking.
crazy. Like, we definitely broke some.
Yeah. Damn.
Hell yeah.
What? Imagine being young.
I'm
You see,
old.
I'm like a month older than you, so
Yeah.
I'll say, yeah, I can't really go 2 nights out
You're past your prime. You
because
can't
I
do that shit
technically
anymore.
because I went out and then I had Blackpink the next day, and that was also
Yeah.
a night out technically, and that was very draining.
Yeah,
I slept like till like midday today, so like
Same, bro.
pretty good.
Because I came back from work.
And I could have slept more, but I was like, I need to get up because I got Transformers soon.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, in 1 month time, you'll be like, Yeah, I'm too old for this.
Yeah,
But
no.
you reached my age, yeah.
I'm worried that like the next time I go clubbing with anyone else at any different place, it's just not gonna be the same.
Can we
Yeah,
go?
'cause,
Can,
like-
can we go? We've never been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Hey,
Fuck
legit,
yeah.
let's go.
But I'm like
I mean, yeah, it won't be the same.
in that friendship group, because I went with the same people to the same place. It was just like these have been the best 2 nights of our lives, and we can say that with like put that like
With
single digits on a
confidence.
tier list somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't
Put
believe
it
I
on
said that. Fucking tier list.
we've gone clubbing
tier.
together a few
Yeah.
times. You know,
It's pretty fun.
it's a little bit of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, no, we had such
Yeah.
a great time. It
Yeah.
was real vibes. Second night, midnight, and then 5 a.m. was just bars and club. And then we went out driving to St. Kilda
Once
to watch
again,
the
that
sunset.
sounds so sus. We went driving with that.
Dude
Yeah.
driving was fucking steady.
He on that. What do the truck drivers fucking take so they can fucking drive all for 3
Cocaine? I
days
don't know.
straight, like speed or some shit.
Oh,
So like they're
that's
concentrated,
why
man.
Lightning McQueen says at the
Yeah.
start of the first movie,
I am
"Speed, I am speed."
Me and my friends actually, because this was like a guy that we haven't hung out with before, but we all knew him from work. And we were all like afterwards, after he left, and it was just the rest of us, and we were all like, that guy's weird. It's always the quiet ones that are the
No, but he on that
creepy ones,
Zaza
yeah.
though.
and then
He's
like,
on that Zaza. Though.
Yeah, he's on that Zaza though. But who knows what kind of other shit he's on. Like
Hey, at least he drove you around. That's nice of him
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he burnt like 3/4 of his fuel tank in that one night.
Yeah. Where's the fuel, man? Maybe not.
I should go out more during this uni break. I reckon.
Oh,
when
so
I
it's
go
free
to
and
the
all.
peninsula, I'm actually
Plan on going to
I
the
plan
clubs.
on going
hitting
out
up
like
clubs.
because I'm only there for like 3 nights, I think. So I'm gonna go out for 2 of them. And we're taking Ibrahim out. He's so down to go clubbing, which
Yo.
is totally
Wasn't he
yeah.
against that for a bit?
yeah,
Early
which is
on?
why it's gonna be so much fun.
Is he
I'm
okay
actually
with
so
it now?
excited. Huh?
Is he okay with it now?
Yeah, because it's like I think it's mainly because like we're on break
Okay, yeah.
and we're just having fun
Just
in
have to
other places.
focus
Like, yeah.
on shit,
Hmm.
on academic results.
Yeah.
Anyway, glad you enjoyed your first experience. A
Yeah.
2-nighter, which is pretty
That's
big
honestly
thing for the
damn.
first time, yeah.
Yeah. Once again, I'm in my old age. I missed the prime of my life. You see, maybe
Yeah.
1 month ago, if you asked.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Crazy stuff.
Anyways, did you talk about what you did?
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about Blackpink, right? Because
Yeah,
I went
yes,
to the
yes,
Blackpink
yes, yes.
In your
concert,
area.
and so we. I'm not. To preface, I'm not like a huge Blackpink fan. I love Rose because she's Australian mainly, but also I do. It's the thing is like I'm not a huge Blackpink fan. I know all of their songs though. So, like
Yes.
I'll definitely enjoy
You're
it
a
because I
fan.
literally know all of their
Yes.
songs. I would say I'm a Blink, but like I'm not like it's not like Twice. Twice that was like a spiritual experience for me. Like you don't
Okay.
understand. Literally, like a week ago, I was listening to Twice. I got really emotional because I missed it so much. Like I love like Twice is just there's a whole other thing for me because I've listened to them for so long and like just
Yeah.
they've always been
Yeah.
there, you know. But I'm like, damn, you
It's
know,
always
like
been
I
there
can't
Be
for
be
there
you.
for you. Dun, 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 dun.
But Blackpink, I like a lot of the old stuff, but like kind of like the new stuff. I've been like, it's okay.
Mid.
Yeah.
No.
But I still paid for VIP. But like to preface, it's kind of a fuck system because they're using the exact same. They're using Rod Laver, right? Which
Yeah.
is where I saw Twice and stuff. And the like Twice and Stray Kids, they have the same sort of. They have things you could go VIP. I think soundcheck experience, hot seat, or just like seated, right? So that's 3
Yeah.
tiers. With the hot seat and soundchecks kind of just like under the a branch of VIP, it's just like you pay a bit more if you want to go to soundcheck, I think is the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially what they do is, well, because most K-pop concerts are just seated anyway. They including like the floor, they put seats and then they'll put like a kind of,
Yeah.
the stage kind of comes out a bit anyway. And it's kind of just luck whether you end up on the seats on the ground or like on the sides. In my opinion, the sides are a bit better because it's elevated. Like I like for Twice, I was literally the first row on the side, so
Okay,
it was
yeah.
like
Yeah.
they could see me, I could see them. We were very close.
Yes.
didn't have to like, I could see the entire stage from where I'm sitting, but also they'll get close. What was my point with this? Oh yeah, the way Blackpink kind of did it was like they closed off the the left and right of this like front part of the stage for the people willing to pay like 1.5k.
The VVVIP.
Yeah. And they kind of also it's not seated for the ground. It's it's like standing, right? So they close off those parts. So that's a lot of missing part essentially for like the rest of the people in GA.
Yeah.
And then you got like the deluxe people, which is a tier above me. I think they spent like 1k to be the first into the thing, which is like the first, I believe, 300 people. They get to kind of just like come closer to the stage, but you'll never be as close as the people on the sides, I guess.
Okay, but they're in front.
And then there's like me, who paid, I paid $500,000 for this. And we were allowed in second, and it was like another, I think, 600 people. Yeah. And it was kind of like, okay, you come in, you do the sound check, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, we're actually pretty close, and it's like vibes.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you got the break to the concert, and it's like, you're kind of like, you should just stay there, I guess, if you're like super.
Then you lose your spot.
Yeah, because otherwise, I guess you lose your spot. So we wanted food, so we just like left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you lose your spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like, it wasn't like we moved that far back.
Okay, yeah.
Because we're still in the but yeah, people in GA would come out as well and join us. But yeah, I don't know. It just felt weird that like it didn't really feel like we had VIP seating going on.
It wasn't exclusive.
Like you were allowed in a bit earlier to do the sound check, and it's like kind of a little bit fucked that you can't like go and get your food and come back in the break that you're meant to go and get food in. I don't know. So I could barely see Blackpink for this thing, but I did. They occasionally come up close. I do have some pretty good photos just because my camera is very good.
Go the camera.
Everyone literally goes like, oh, how is your camera so good? Because I can zoom into the max and still get like relatively high quality photos.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty good. But yeah, $500. Oh, I actually got this from an insider who did the VIP merch. My roommate.
Inside information.
Half of it didn't arrive. So, and that unfortunately was me. I only got one of the merch items. I didn't get the rest of it because it just didn't arrive, which is like, like a kind of a fucked thing of like, what's going on here? And yeah, the other thing you kind of pay VIP for is just get early merch.
Yeah.
But the weird thing was there was a big outside area open for merch for the general public. So I'm like, we just went inside and bought it because we were like, that's what we paid for. We might as well just go inside. But the exact same things are being sold outside. And it was a little bit weird. I like how they sold light sticks. For JYP concerts in Australia, they don't sell light sticks for some reason. So like,
you guys don't
twice we didn't have any light
sticks.
sticks. But I have a Blackpink one now.
Nice.
Even though I don't know if I'll go to another Blackpink concert. It depends. And then we had the unfortunate thing, which was at soundcheck, only 3 members came out because the 4th, Jenny, was sick. And then they're like, she's just resting up for the concert, right? And then we get to the concert, they do their big opener, and Jenny is there. But unfortunately, she gets too sick to perform, like literally after the first 2 songs and has to walk out. And you know, Evan, he was in like the side pits, like the best of best. And he has literally a video of her walking around him to get to leave the venue. And it was, so then the rest of the concert was like, it's like, this part is entirely not their fault. This is like unavoidable. If someone's sick, then what they can do. Well, the other thing is like, Jisoo was sick in Japan. Japan was the concert right before ours.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like generally everyone in the group will get sick if one person is sick.
Sure.
And I get it's expensive to like change dates or something, but like, I feel like for the next few concerts, it's going to be a bit unavoidable. Some more members are probably going to get sick or something. Yeah. It's just like,
take a Panadol.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if that's something they could really fix too. I guess it might be too complicated, and that's fair. Yeah. And
logistics.
So no criticism towards the fact that Jenny was sick, but it was like, it's hard to avoid the fact that 25% of the group is missing. So it's like a little bit like, that's a little fucked. And they also have solo stages. Because they all have solo EPs and stuff.
Yeah, right.
So there was a big awkward gap where I play the cinematic for the next solo, and nothing happens for like 10 minutes because they have had to change the
But they can't
complete.
skip that.
Oh, but the production for this concert was genuinely amazing. Like the set pieces are really cool. They use like a lot of like different colored smoke and like big explosions and fire and shit like that. And like it's really like they also the stage like opens up and stuff.
I think that's all the extra shit they had to.
Yeah,
bring
it might
in.
have been, but it was genuinely cool. And I'm like, okay, I see why. Like this is like next level budget concert stuff, and it's cool. But yeah, they had to basically change everything up in the middle of the show because one of the members wasn't there.
Yeah.
They couldn't do their solo thing, which would have changed the effects in the thing.
The sequences.
Yeah, and I assume they had to change camera placements as well because they do like split screen for 4, but they can't do that, so it's 3.
Right.
And it was just and it kind of got a little bit emotional because we were going like, "This."
I know.
I'm happy that I'm here, but like it's a little bit sad, you know. Yeah, and Rose got pretty sad towards the end. I was like,
sorry guys.
and Rose returning to Melbourne as well, so it's meant to be like a big homecoming sort of thing, you know. So it's like
Homecoming.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Yeah.
sad. But my actual criticism towards the concert, just to be clear, was to do with the pricing of the tickets and just the way the VIP system worked. Because it was so much better for the JYP stuff. Maybe because Mr. JYP knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, man.
But the Jenny stuff was pretty sad, and we're wishing you a speedy recovery. Yeah,
she's down with the sickness.
Down with the sickness. Though I did have a lot of fun, just like chilling with my friend. That was kind of like the main draw. Because once again, I'm not a huge Blackpink fan. The main reason I wanted to go was honestly just to chill with my friend and listen to Blackpink and see them. So like,
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Like,
so, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Did you get up to
Seems
anything?
like a good.
You haven't really said.
What did I get up to from? I thought about something that I forgot. But anyway, yesterday I went to work, which was the loadout for the Blackpink concert Jack just talked about.
Whoa!
Wow.
Trying to crossover event, yeah. And my roommate did the VIP before the concert.
Right.
Oh!
Yeah.
So like, I mentioned how they had extra shit that made the concert, I guess you say, a very good next
like
level
in terms of
quality
production
concert,
value, it was like one of the most impressive if not it's not Taylor Swift reputation level, but like in terms of this is probably the most impressive I've seen at Rod Laver at least.
Yeah.
Because
it is a bit smaller venue than like the
they can't do like
grounds,
arena. Not arena, stadium.
Yeah, stadium stuff.
But
yeah, it's probably the longest I've worked at Rod Laver. It's an 8-hour shift, but I clocked out at 7 hours though. Because
what time was that?
Started at 9:30, ended at 4:30.
Good pay there?
Good money, because public holiday. Thank you, King Charles, baby.
You know, I was meant to work today, but I had to get someone to cover my shift because of Transformers.
Yes, nice. Yeah. So you could have gotten good pay, but Transformers was a better experience.
Which we'll get into because I don't spoil this here, but perchance I might have enjoyed this film.
Ooh,
perchance, you know.
Ooh, spicy. Yeah. Anyway, so had a long shift, and because they had a lot of shit.
Did you get to meet Blackpink?
No.
Because I should really think about that for a second. Yeah.
Because like there was an emphasis on like, guys, don't go anywhere you're not supposed to, because tight security and you'll be fucked. Because Blackpink.
Yeah.
So there was that. Oh, and then there was a funny Scottish safety guy who's always like, I can't do a Scottish impression, but he's like, guys, fucking. What?
I'll do it.
He's like, guys, I'm here to just do my job. You know what to do. Don't fuck up and hurt yourself, because you know what will happen. You're just gonna fuck up your life, mate. Just fucking don't do it.
Guys, I'm just here to do my job. Don't go fucking do anything you're not supposed to do, or else you'll go fuck your life, bruh.
Yeah, just like
my boss at work is Scottish. So I listen to Scottish accents all day. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, yo, like if you cut your arm off, like I'll help you out, but like that's on you. That's on you, man.
Mate. Yeah, that was terrible. I'll do a Scottish accent any day of the week, though.
Yeah, he was pretty funny.
You could do a little bit there.
I'm trying to think of how to do it. I used to do a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I used to do it better.
Shrek has a Scottish accent, right?
Yeah.
What's a Shrek line?
Don't care.
Don't care. What are you doing in my swamp?
Don't care.
Yes.
Haggis.
Haggis.
Macbeth.
Macbeth.
Is this a dagger I see before me? It's handled towards my hand.
You a saucy boy.
So
I quote that on a daily basis. You saucy
hell
boy.
yeah.
As Shakespeare once said.
Saucy boy.
I also quote you. Give me your face from I think
Oh.
either the first or
Optimus
second
Prime.
Transformers movie.
Anyway, yeah, long shift, pretty tiring. They had a lot of lighting, fucking trusses and whatnot. So they had a lot of that. That's part of the big shit. The video screens are actually kind of tame. They only had 3 screens, right?
Yeah, well, that's always the case. Isn't it?
Like one time we had like
You mean like literally like the big screens?
yeah, but they're
'Cause they
just
have
like
the middle
3
and the
big
2
screens,
sides.
right? Sometimes they have like complicated like circle screen on the middle and then weird smaller screens on the side if they're fancy with it.
I think most K-pop ones because they have big groups.
Yeah, so they have to
just
like
do the
camera
3
shit. Yeah.
because like
That's more convenient. Yeah, one time they had fancy screens, but this one's pretty simple. Pretty big stage for Rod Laver, I think.
yeah, which is like probably added to the. I don't know. Maybe like they should have had a bigger venue for the people
Yeah, because that took up all the ground
because
space.
it kind of
right?
that's kind of like a little bit. It fucked it a little bit. For, yeah. But what would I know? I'm not a concert designer. I'm not a yeah.
Stage manager. Maybe they could do a stadium.
Do you think Blackpink could have?
Would they fill up a stadium?
Thinking like Marvel Stadium, maybe.
Yeah.
Because if it's like maybe Marvel Stadium one night, not because Rod Laver sold out for 2 nights. That was Blackpink.
Oh yeah, if it's one night, everyone has to get the one night.
At Marvel.
Yeah,
I don't know.
might fit.
Think about.
Also,
Yes.
you know, Baby Metal is happening next door.
On the MCG.
No, at Margaret Court, like literally next door to the Blackpink concert. So we all got out at the same time,
Okay,
and I get to go like, oh, where do you think that person came from? Yeah.
Okay, cool. Didn't know that.
Yeah, because I got tickets to both,
Yeah, and then
but I
you
sold my
that
tickets,
one.
so like that's pretty good.
To buy what you buy with that?
I
You bought
haven't.
some,
I'm literally.
No.
They just transfer me them. Yeah, they
the
just transfer
money.
me.
All right,
That'll
nice.
be the money that I spent on the Transformers Optimus Prime Lego figure. $270.
Nice.
We'll see, Eleni.
Fuck, my
Let's
shit's
go.
got. Anyway, shall we move
Yeah.
on to the actual content of the episode?
Let's do this.
We shall.
All right. Firstly, wanted to address some stuff we've been watching.
Yes.
In terms of TV shows, I'd like to say I have seen the premiere 2 episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia season 16.
Wow.
And I personally really like them. I think they're strong episodes. Honestly, just good stuff all around. The first episode is literally about inflation. So I was like, this is literally our episode last week. And I thought that was
Mhm.
very funny.
Probably talk about inflation every week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Every week.
And the
Keep it
second
consistent.
episode is a very Frank-centered one. And it has
Frank.
a great, they do like a great metaphor with his character, I guess. It has a great funny payoff. And I was like, this is really good.
I should watch them.
Yeah.
Because I have not.
A good episode.
Yes.
I wonder if they will do the thing they did the last season to have, because the last season had like a 4-episode ending. Do you remember? It like all connected. So far, none of these episodes are connected, but we'll see.
They'll just tie it all back in the end in some sort of way that kind of makes sense.
Maybe they'll have Optimus
Like
Prime
everyone's.
monologue.
Ah, yes.
On every movie, he does a monologue.
Monologue.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Did he do one in the new one?
Yes, but we'll talk about that because it's funny. Yeah. All right. In terms of films, Sunny, our man Sunny over here, watched a couple of films. Cindy,
Yes.
what were they?
Post hangover.
Yeah.
I didn't have a hangover. We just watched film. Watched Project X. It's like just released in like 2012 or whatever. It's just like the entire film is shot from the perspective of a guy using his mom's expensive camcorder.
like a clover field.
If you say so.
It's a vlog.
It is them documenting them trying to create the biggest house party the world has ever seen.
Is the house big?
It's a big house, rich parents.
But
Then
does
nobody's-
this go well?
They 1,500 people in a party.
It's pretty big.
Pretty big.
They
They should sell VIP tickets, to just
Ooh,
gain off a little
yes.
bit there.
I enjoyed it because it was like, this is a person who's making this film who's like, we have the budget to do what this like cliche film type always wants to do of like, we're creating some kids setting up a house party, and then the house party goes wrong somehow, and that leads to something.
Yeah.
But the film is all this, and there's like there's like at least an hour's worth of the party of just shit happening at the party with nudity and sex and drugs and alcohol.
Sounds
Nice.
like an average night with the unholy trinity.
Yeah.
Our post-work parties.
Yeah.
After we're
yeah,
done
sure.
recording,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
absolute.
Yeah.
We actually have 1,500 people lined up out of the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just waiting for the episode to end.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
And then they use this as an excuse for news helicopters to come in, and then there's an arsonist, and then the entire house gets blown up. And
that
it looks
escalated.
somewhat convincing.
Ah, cool. Good movie? Bad movie?
I'd say it was a fun movie, but
Okay.
I won't comment if it's good or bad or not, because the movie by itself is just kind of like, this guy had a vision. He wanted to create something shit funny and cool.
I have a
So
dream.
he might as well fucking slay. This guy can do whatever he wants. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
interesting.
Sure.
Interesting. I also watched.
Wait, before you do that, take a quick break. Do you mind?
Oh,
I'll
camera,
raise the
right now.
camera, yeah.
Brr.
That was me going, hey, and there are 1,500 people outside, and then pointing at the
Oh, and the
camera to be
camera's
like,
dead.
there's the camera.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
pointed at the door.
All right, what was the other thing you watched?
No Country for Old Men.
That the West did?
Yes, that is starring Josh Brolin and Javier. I forgot his surname, but he
Oh, from
was
Little
the
Mermaid?
Yeah, he was the King Triton in
Fuck,
the
what was
Little
it?
Mermaid, playing a psychopath killer.
Ooh.
And we also had Tommy Lee Jones as a police sheriff.
I need to watch that
And
movie.
we also
It looks
had
good.
what's his name? Carnage.
Eddie. I was going to say Eddie.
Eddie.
Eddie
Murphy.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson
Not
was
Eddie
in this
Murphy.
film as well.
Little West. Did you
Yeah.
like it?
It was such an atmosphere. Such a
Okay.
mood.
Yeah, I need
It's
to watch
a
it.
vibe.
Don't
Cool.
spoil it for me. I do
Cool.
need to see that. That was on my
Vibey.
list of stuff to watch. Yeah.
My friend was like, "This is one of my favorite films of all time. Can I play a really boring film?" And then we were like, "Okay, go for it."
No.
And then at the end, I was like, "I can tell, I can see, you're not wrong for being like
Is it boring?
warning us for being boring, but it wasn't boring. It's really good.
It was a vibe.
It was moody.
Oh, I hate watching movies with drunk people. Just the fun fact. One time we all sat down to watch Shang-Chi,
Oh yeah. it's
and then
fine.
it was like I was sober, so was like Thomas and Ibrahim because they didn't drink at the time. That only applies to Thomas, really. Ibrahim still doesn't drink, but everyone else was sitting with. They were just complaining the entire time. One person, I will not mention who it is, got racist, like just straight up,
He like me for real.
because it starts off in a foreign language, and that's all I'm going to say about what that person was thinking. And then generally, me and the same people were like,
The real
Yeah.
personalities comes out.
so yeah, I don't like watching
So if you want to watch
movies
movie with drunk
people.
people, be drunk yourself.
Unless, yeah, like legit. It's a case of like being drunk and then watching something after. I mean,
Yeah.
like literally watching a movie while drinking. That's chill. Like that's
Oh yeah.
sometimes that is the best way to enjoy a
We
movie.
did that for
Fast X.
Fast Takes, yes.
Yeah,
Well, look, thankfully for me, this was like 3 hours after we all passed out on the couch and on a mattress,
Mm.
and we were like, we woke up, we felt like shit, and we were watching
Movie.
movies. Yeah, it was a vibe.
yeah. Oh yeah, this doesn't apply to
Good
all
movies.
people. It's just like some people.
Yeah.
Some specific people. Sometimes occasionally.
Remember to watch my film Shang-Chi.
Yeah, for sure.
He's
for
in
real.
it.
Well, I watched some absolute garbage films this week. with
Garbaggio. What did we watch?
We watched the Transformers.
Oh, we
I
did.
think most of them, not all of them. I didn't get through all of them. I literally physically could not get through all. Dear, you don't understand. Being in that room watching these movies was draining the life out of my soul. Like I was literally perishing. I could feel myself withering away.
Ooh, like rusting Transformers.
Like a rusty transformer.
I skipped through like the last 2 movies. As in, like I kind of watched.
Did you watch Bumblebee?
I did 2 years ago.
That's apparently that's me. I didn't. Bumblebee's like the better one. It's just I had to watch all of them, and I couldn't get through all of them. So to end up watching Bumblebee again.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are all pretty bad movies.
Kind of be.
Even the first movie didn't age as well as I remember it. So I don't remember the first one being a masterpiece. I remember going, it's not a bad movie. But this time I think it's kind of a bad movie.
Yeah.
Transformers 2 is intolerable.
Yeah, I liked it better than the first one.
Yeah, but that's because it's funnier because it's just a
And
lot
it's
more
shittier.
shit. Yeah, it's shittier.
Yeah.
Like the first one's like a watchable movie. The second one's like not watchable. To be fair, if you haven't seen it for in a while, you remember like you'll be like, "Oh my god, this is so dumb." So it's exciting, I guess.
Yeah. One of my things with films and film series is just reading plot on
The synopsis.
I knew one man who was like
because I'm like,
the same person
Tommy
who said something
thing
wildly
in it.
racist about the show.
and I'm
Oh.
like, I
This
don't.
is not. If you are listening to this podcast, this is not an attack on you. This is just a funny recounting of events.
Because I'm like, I feel like it doesn't make a difference whether I read the plot or not. So I'm just like curious.
Yeah.
I read the plot and I'm reading these Transformer movie plots. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
There is no plot in the. Oh, they are, but they're so fucking dumb.
And the third one they didn't. Well, they did, but they
What?
didn't. The no script one.
No, that was the second one. The second
The
one.
second one?
That's why the second one's so bad. It's just people ad-libbing dumb shit.
It sounds like every movie is just a cash grab.
Well, yeah, it's just sell toys.
Yeah.
Thing. But the second movie, it was during the writer's strike. They had 14 pages of notes and no script, and they shot the movie.
Fun.
And it really feels like it's not good.
Thank you, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. And I realized what was funny about Shia LaBeouf is just he's always screaming. He's always going at 100 when he could be going at like 40.
Mm.
And it's just like
He has
constantly-
anger issues, man.
Yeah. But the second movie he's just gone crazy.
I accidentally got
Yes.
a little stressed at work and I yelled out loud, and then everyone in the workplace probably looked
my
at me, but I
God.
couldn't be bothered looking at anyone. And then I calmed down after that. I was like, yeah, that was weird. I don't know why I did that. So I was like Shia LaBeouf in that moment. I was like, just do it, make it.
Were you
did
yelling
that.
at someone or just
Oh no, I
yelling?
literally just yelled out like, chicken.
Oh, chicken. Alright.
Was it to do with like chicken in the workplace, or were you just noticing like the animal, or were you calling someone a chicken, or you were challenging them
Chicken.
to a game of chicken?
Chicken in the work. Not a live chicken. The chickens were very dead.
Was it running around like a headless chook? Were you running around like a headless?
No, it wasn't running around like a headless
Yeah.
chicken. That was the problem because it wasn't there to begin with. I was like, chicken. And then my other person looked at me and patted me on the shoulder, like, you okay? I'm like, no.
There's no chicken. I'm not okay.
I imagine that you can immediately calm down, and that was the exact way you said no.
Yeah.
It's like no.
No. I probably did that actually. I probably actually legitimately did that.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
these movies
stuff.
aren't great. That was the point. I think Dark
Yeah.
Side of the Moon was the best of the 3 originals, purely based on the last act being alright.
Mm.
Because they do, like Loki, the Avengers 2012 movie, that's copied off the end of Dark of the Moon, right? There's a big sky beam. There's a bunch of these big alien ships that look like the ones from the
Yeah.
Avengers
Mm.
flying around, and there's the entire city
Maybe,
gets like
yeah.
destroyed and shit, and it's like a big alien
Battle
invasion.
of
Like
Chicago. Where were they?
definitely just Sweden. There's a bit of inspiration. Yeah, it was Battle of Chicago. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because
I
they
guess-
did that a year
yeah,
before
Resident Evil's
Avengers. So I
alright.
was like, yeah, which is why I like props to that one. Also, there's a scene that I kind of liked where there's a tower, there's a big tower, and it's on a slant, and they shot it for real like that. Well, no, sorry, they didn't shoot the entire tower. They shot like a floor that was on a slant.
Okay.
The characters like
Yeah.
sliding down, and this big like snaky sort of Decepticon that's like kind of smashing through the building and going up, and they have to get off the floor. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Age of Extinction was terrible.
Mikey
That
Mouse.
was so bad. Oh, Marky Mark.
I remember watching. This was the time when I remember being a child and remembering the trailers that I watched on TV at the time. All I could think of in my boy
It was
head
epic,
was
bro.
dinosaur.
They're not even in the movie until the last like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
And then the whole selling
And
point.
it comes out of nowhere as well, because you're like, oh, the whole movie is going to be about dinosaurs or some shit, because they talk about dinosaurs at the start. The movie is called Age of Extinction, which I assume is about dinosaurs. The fucking cover of the movie is Grimlock. And they're not in the fucking movie till the, I don't know. That movie was terrible. Like, that was probably the worst one. Like, even like, because Revenge of the Fallen does have funny, like bad funny stuff. Age of Extinction was just boring. Like, it was so, and then I just could, I think The Last Night is better from what I remember, but I just started watching it. I was like, I don't want to go through the same experience I've had for the last 4 movies. I'm going to stop watching the series there. That's my experience in the Transformers movies. Remember, I've seen them all before, so I have watched them properly.
The last one was the Knights one, right?
Last Night, yeah. And then like Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From my skim of Last Night, it looked kind of cool. I was like, oh, look at all the Wittikis. Because they're like, oh, all the Wittikis interact.
Witwikis?
Yeah, with the Wikis.
Yeah.
All the Witwikis interact with Transformers. And then there's just a photo of Shia LaBeouf looking funny.
Oh.
Do you remember that one?
I do, because he died off screen or some shit, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know where he went.
Yeah.
He's not there.
The start of the movie, by the way, was fucking awful. It was what if like the King Arthur Knights and then Mel is just a drunk?
Oh, I read about that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's drunk, but but the Transformers trust him or some shit. I don't get it.
Yeah. Transformers knows. Yeah, intergenerational Transformer.
Yeah.
Dumb. I don't know.
Also, it ends with a post-credit scene of Unicron, which makes like the new movie mild spoilers, but it's in the trailers. It has something to do with Unicron. Let's just say that retcons the Michael Bay movies. I think.
Yeah,
I think the new chronology is just Bumblebee and this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the Last Night they were fighting Unicron.
Oh wait, they were fighting Unicron.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Unicron was just in the sand at the end. I
No,
can't
think
remember the movie
the
that
plot
well.
was like, oh, Unicron wants to. Wait, was it? They had Unicron.
I thought there was that
okay.
funny alien creature. Was there not a funny alien
Wait, so in
metal lady or something? Or is that am I thinking of a completely different movie?
Wait. Isn't
think
That like possesses.
Isn't that
Optimus
before?
Prime or
Yeah,
some
that is
shit.
the Last Night.
That is the last
Oh,
time.
that's
I
awesome.
remember the plot
she was
from
working-
Wikipedia.
Because I do remember like the Unicron horn or whatever sticking out of the sand, and then Gemma Chan going
Oh,
Unicron or something in a post-credit scene or some shit.
yeah. Probably. You're probably
Yeah.
right.
I think I don't. It's
They had Unicron
bullshit.
somewhere.
I'm pretty sure this new stuff is all in the new canon anyway, like
Yeah.
with the Bumblebee,
What is?
which is an okay
yeah.
movie from what I remember.
Bumblebee is okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Did we
curious.
watch it together 2 years ago? Or
No,
not
I
2 years
watched
ago,
it in the theater. Back
because I watched it in the theater. Did we?
Jakarta or somewhere.
Oh no, I wasn't in Jakarta at the time. Sorry.
You know.
What
No,
is
sorry.
the canon?
So this current canon is Bumblebee.
Michael Bay is deleted.
Right. Okay.
Even though Bumblebee was set within the canon of the Michael Bay movies, and then the new director is kind of like, this is its own canon. So like,
Huh.
but it's definitely a sequel to Bumblebee because they're using the same designs and stuff.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
that movie.
Interesting.
Well, the first movie did use the same.
And they used
Bumblebee
to
as well.
they pick up where the kind of the post credit scene, the last one picked up. So not post the
Yeah.
ending of Bumblebee kind of left off with the Transformers. All right. Yeah. Sorry. What were you
Yes.
saying?
No, I mean they used the same model of car from the first Transformers and the end of Bumblebee.
It was the end of
it's-
Bumblebee,
so
I
it's
think.
chronologically,
Yeah.
still there.
Right.
Yes.
Because I think Bumblebee was meant to literally link into the the Michael Bay movies,
Yeah.
but I guess they
They put something in between. There you go.
Anyhow, should we get to the big review that we've been using
Yes,
at?
we may talk about it.
All right, hold on. I have to bring up the IMDb page. So I can do this.
Talk about it.
All right, here we go. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, the advanced
Rise of
screening
the
cool movie that
Beasts.
we watched. It is directed by Stephen Caple Jr., not Michael Bay or the guy from the last movie. It stars Anthony Ramos as Noah Diaz, Lisa Koshy as RC, Optimus Prime. I was going to say Optimus Prime is Peter Cullen.
Yes.
Peter Cullen is Optimus
Wow.
Prime. Pete Davidson is Mirage. Ron
Damn,
Coleman as
Pete
Optimus Primal.
Davidson.
Michelle Yeoh as Eraser. Toby Nui, I can't pronounce that. Nuikui as Reek.
Liquid.
Dominique Fishback
Toretto.
as Elena. Peter Dinklage as Scourge, amongst many others,
Wow.
including Dominique DeRosa as bus driver.
Bus driver.
And this movie, if any of you guys were interested in knowing, this movie was made for a budget of $200 million.
That's a lot of money.
But not as much as Marvel money.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, first impressions. Starting off with Mr. Dio over here.
Yeah, Transformers. The rise of the beast.
Yeah.
The beast rises within me when I watch this film.
Did you
Is your
go?
beast your...
Were
I
you
did
beating
a-
your chest to go the
Gorilla
monkey?
beat a gorilla. What's it called? Just beating your chest.
Yeah.
Yes, I've asserted my dominance by standing up and
Were
doing
the
gorilla.
people? Wait, were you in a packed theater?
It was kind of moderate.
Moderate.
Yeah, it's not like full, but it's
More
people.
than the average Kino experience.
Maybe yeah.
Yeah.
It's on a Friday night.
And it's all at the same time.
Yeah,
It's only the one screening, I'm pretty sure. Right?
true. But I don't know how many people want to watch Transformers? Or, like really,
A lot of
fan?
people.
Yeah,
It's one of the highest grossing franchises of all time. Hey,
You're a big
because
Transformers
there's
fan.
Oh, I think the main thing is like it's all universal kind of in the way that
Yeah.
it's like everyone can understand
Look, robot.
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 Also,
Yeah,
huge
yeah,
Chinese market. Age of Extinction, the entire third act takes place.
Hmm.
And they're going, oh my god, look how capable our military. That was a lot of that movie.
Oh, yeah,
I
they were-
remember
that. Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
Chinese was working with the Decepticons or something.
Nah,
Is that the thing?
wait, in Age of Extinction.
Or like some Chinese
Oh.
terrorists or something.
But there were
you
also
know?
Chinese good guys. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there were Chinese.
'Cause,
I'm
like,
pretty
the-
sure the
the-
bad
the
guys were
army
American in
guys-
that one.
just kind of invaded China somehow, or like they had an operation in China to fight random Decepticon people.
Oh, that was in a much earlier movie. That was in like 2. I think that was in
Oh,
Revenge
yeah.
of the Fallen.
I'm just really curious to see Age of Extinction production.
China.
I think one of them.
I don't know.
Well, it was legitimately shot in China. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't see. It was shot in China.
you know, it includes Chinese product placement as well.
Buy
It's
your
a lot of
own
fun.
Chinese
You know that funny
Transformer
milk that Kim
Tesla.
Jong drinks, The Dark of the Moon?
Oh yeah.
It makes another appearance in that movie. Anyway, sorry. Did you?
Yo,
You can
that
continue your
seems
impressions,
funny.
right?
He got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually kind of good for a Transformers movie. I kind of enjoyed it. Yes.
Yeah.
Me having not
Yes.
watched any Transformers films previous to this, I was like,
Have you seen like bits on TV or something?
no, not
Wait.
even.
Um,
I've only skimmed through Bumblebee in the lead up to watching this.
Bumblebee.
It was probably just interesting for me.
but did you like it?
Not good.
I liked the act.
Yeah. All right. All right.
You love
All right.
it.
I
Okay.
probably I like more than that, but
For me, maybe it's because I've been watching these fucking awful Michael Bay movies, but I fucking love this movie. And I don't
Wow.
I'm not even like a huge 80s Transformer kid or something, but just something about
It's
this
not
movie
even
just like
80s
hit me
Transformers.
just right. And it was like, it was kind of fucking incredible. Because like my expectations were like, relatively high in the point. I'm like, it has to be better than the previous movies.
Yeah.
And from the way the movie started in the first, second act, I was like, I'd say, honestly, really good. Like, I'm having a great time watching this. It has met my expectations. And then the third act happens, and then just, this is very subjective, though. Just a lot of shit in the third act that occurs that are spoilers, but are, like, just so fucking cool to me, made me go, okay, this is surpassed my expectation. Because I'm an action guy. I like because the ending is just a huge action sequence, and just it improves all of the problems of the Michael Bay movies, pretty much. And one of the main things being the humans, and that's a huge part of these Transformer movies. And I loved the humans in this movie; they were so fucking good, which I wouldn't have even. Because Wiki was awful.
He's funny.
Anthony Ramos is a lot funnier though, because he's like, he's got that actual charisma. Yeah. Which Shia LaBeouf, he doesn't really. He's very intense. He's just very intense. Like, I thought Anthony Ramos was fantastic in this. He has good chemistry with what's her name? Yeah, I can't remember the character's name. Elena. Yeah. They have great chemistry, as well as his chemistry with like Mirage. That duo was great. I thought that was great. The other thing that was honestly a really big deal to me was the character design, and I thought everyone looked fantastic. I thought the visual effects in this movie were great, though like it does get a little bit muddy towards the end when they kind of go for like a big I don't know, it kind of gave me Avengers Endgame battle scene vibe, where it's like all very grey and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of this entire movie felt very Lord of the Rings to me. Well, like, go get this thing, and then we have to put in the thing, and then there's all fire and it's Mordor at the end.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was the locations were good, all of that. The dynamic between the brother and like, yeah, this is the other thing with like both the Mark Wahlberg, I feel like, is kind of a better protagonist than Sam Witwicky in the way that like, but like, sorry, my point is, the previous humans have had like no motivation. There's no reason why they would be doing anything the stuff they do. But in this one, they actually make it clear, like, oh, dude's got a brother. He kind of cares and he wants to protect his brother doing this shit. And I'm like, yo, that actually makes sense. Whereas Sam Witwicky has like no reason. He's just like, I got a car. Also, I guess I want to get with Megan Fox, right? Is that his motivation as well?
And in the third movie, he was like, I want to be important.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I assume all these characters have families they want to protect, but in a narrative sense,
I wouldn't want to protect Sam Witwicky's family.
I guess in this movie, it's very blatant. Oh, my brother has sickness, bro.
Well, it doesn't spoil anything, but
just plot point. It's just.
I think it's like yes, but like the main thing was like he was legit fighting to save humanity, but more importantly, it was personal to him because he has a younger brother. Yeah. The designs of the characters were all really good, and I thought that just they nailed it. The voice acting for the Transformers were good, and I like how they all had personalities.
Yeah.
But guess what? They weren't just because of racial stereotypes. Racial stereotypes aren't a personality, Michael Bay. They're not. And this movie, it makes fun of. This is also a very self-aware movie. Like, it'll make fun of like stuff like why do Transformers have accents? I don't know. I assume it's more because like, if a Transformer's been in the area for so long and they think humans all talk like that, they'd probably pick up an accent. If that makes sense. And they actually point stuff like that out.
They did that in the last night.
What?
They did that in the last night.
Did they? I don't remember that.
With the Lamborghini.
Yeah, but that doesn't make up for the fact that they're doing that for 4 movies. He was probably just going, some people are noticing I'm a bit of a racist. Might have to put a line in there. But
maybe.
Yeah, this
but
one.
They did again.
What?
But they did it again.
The humor in this, it was hit or miss, I think. But like, it's like the humor didn't have to hit all the time for me. It's just like the heart behind the humor. It's not doing it for the sake of like at other people's expense, which is kind of what the Michael Bay movies feel like. It's just like making fun of like other cultures and stuff for no reason. Like he hates Latin people, by the way, Michael. I don't get that. Like, why does he have? He's very against them in this movie. So I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you
Like,
maybe you didn't notice. Maybe just racism just doesn't register with
no,
you.
it's maybe just normal for me.
Calm
But like,
down, buddy.
there weren't
that's a
any
joke, I'm
Latin
kidding.
Transformers, bro.
Huh?
There weren't any Latin Transformers.
Nah, I don't. That's not like humans. They'll just like randomly be like, yeah,
Damn, Mexicans.
yeah, it's
Support
like
the
Dude, that
Latinx
fucking-
community.
yeah. I don't know.
Latin X, bro.
Anyway, point being, yeah, this movie just felt like it had people who cared making the movie.
Mm.
Whereas Michael Bay, the Transformers, it feels like nobody gave a shit. And you can tell because Revenge of the Fallen had no script. Clearly nobody gave a shit.
Sam
So like, yeah.
Shia LaBeouf did his best, man.
Yeah, but he was good. Doesn't mean he was good. And like Shia
It's
LaBeouf is legitimately a
cool.
good actor now, but like you can look back on his previous work and be like, he wasn't very good because he only did one thing and that's scream. Optimus, Bumblebee. Famous lines
Yeah.
from Sam Witwicky. Yeah. Anyway, point being, I kind of love this movie in all honesty. But like, I feel like it's gonna. You guys probably don't like it as much as me, but like,
Yeah.
I got what they were going for, and I was like, oh, I
They
vibe
got it
with
right.
it. It
They
felt,
got
it
it
just
right.
hit the right vibe for me. I was like,
Nice.
yeah.
This is the Transformers movie you always wanted.
What's it? I'm not even a huge Transformers fan, but like,
Well, it's in like from
I
these
guess
other films.
this
so,
is
like,
definitely
obviously,
like this is what Transformers could have been.
Yeah. Oh
Mm.
my god.
Like if you were to bear it with the caption of if you were to include human characters,
yes.
that this is what you should be going for.
The cartoon
Transformers
had
done
human
well.
characters, but they're just kind of like the
They do sometimes have human, yeah.
well, in
But,
the movie at least.
Not like
anyway.
the Transformer movies are like humans are the main characters, Transformers are side characters. That's
Yeah,
what
okay,
they've
yeah.
been like. But this one's still doing that. But like they've made the characters likable, which is like a huge step for the Transformers
Actually, true.
franchise.
It's like the other ones; they're just kind of annoying.
Yeah. And it's obviously like a lot of it spoilers the main stuff, but like the characters in this do things, like important things.
Mm.
In fact, there is a moment with one of the human characters towards the end that is one of the greatest moments in the entire fucking movie. It had me like pumping my fist. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I feel like, yeah,
Yeah.
if you just want to
All right.
watch a fun action movie,
You can go for this
this
one.
was pretty good, yeah.
Hmm.
And also, yeah, to me, it just, there was also an element that's just like, had a nice charm to it, like a bit of heart. And I did find myself getting a little bit emotional in some moments. Okay.
Wow.
I was connecting with the main character, you know, feel me.
Would you like to save the world from imminent doom?
No.
Doom.
All right, yeah, that was me. That was only my first impression.
I think just from your first impressions, I might say that I probably would enjoy this film better on a second viewing.
I really want to see this again.
Yeah.
Well, you could in a week or two.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I'll do when I'm on the Mornington videos.
Yeah. Although the cam rips out.
Yeah, but no one's gonna do that. No, we don't.
People do.
We don't support piracy here.
No.
I'm not talking about piracy. I'm talking about
Policy.
file sharing.
You go and sit in the theater to watch a movie, bro. Anyhow, let's talk about some acting. What do we think of the acting?
I had only one thing to
Wowie.
say. I don't know it's like when it comes to Dominique Fishback, and then there are scenes where it's just like there's action sequences and they can't do anything else except like scream and run.
Yeah,
Her bits that didn't like register as like good to me.
Yeah, I felt she had some weird deliveries at times.
I thought she was okay from what I remember.
But most of the time
To be
she's
fair, I
okay.
was caught up in all the
Yeah.
hype. so
I
maybe-
do also need to preface that
Yeah,
compared to what happens when I normally watch a movie, I was in a different headspace.
You're the more
I feel like you
analytical
say this
heads-
every single week.
Yeah, but no, this was like
Inside.
entirely different because I was actually picking out things I didn't like about the film.
Oh, he
which
Whoa.
hates
isn't
it,
normal
bro.
for SZL.
I was really prepared to do that, by the way. I was like, maybe I should start taking notes.
yeah.
Because I do have things against that the movie does, but it's mostly writing stuff. But
Yeah.
if I didn't notice the acting, but like, yeah, if that was the case.
Yes.
But I thought Anthony Ramos was really
Anthony's
fucking good.
good.
Yeah, yeah, he's a fucking charming guy, honestly.
Yeah.
And he's just like naturally fun. That's the other thing. The Transformer Michael Bay movies, none of the actors have comedic timing. And it's like the dialogue doesn't necessarily have to be super funny for someone to have comedic time. It's just kind of a natural thing. And there's not a single person in the original movies that can like really make a good joke and bounce
the
off
main
people. They kind of all suck.
Ken Jeong was kind of funny.
Not really. He was just screaming. Like that's to me. That's
funny.
not like that's not in relation to other things.
Where you're screaming.
I feel like you just like do you like the Transformer original movies?
I like the second one.
Which is
Because
notoriously the
that's
worst
like
movie.
because I told you that was a core memory in my childhood. Of in the second one, there's this robot Decepticon that disguises into sexy lady and tries to fuck
Oh,
Sam.
yeah.
I remember reading about that.
And I saw that at a young age. I was like, "Whoa, robot lady!"
And that made you like the entire 3-hour movie or whatever that
And
fucking
also,
shit was.
it's a kind of now after watching it again, it's funny how it is. Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I feel like this one's like not always, but like it does have a few moments that did make me like actually chuckle. So
Yeah.
like it's okay, this is more writing stuff. I feel like let's just like power through the acting first and we'll get
Yes.
more into that. But yeah, I thought Anthony Ramos was really good. I thought all the voice acting was like stellar.
Yeah.
PD did
I
a
agree with that
good
one.
job.
Yeah. Even if
Mr. Skeet.
his dialogue wasn't necessarily great. That's kind of like my
Yeah.
thing with Mirage. She's like, I love the energy, and I think it's there. And a lot of his lines are good. It's just like there are occasional, because he has to be the guy that quips every second, kind of is
Yes.
his thing.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, sometimes it didn't land. But I thought the actual voice acting was good. It's like, wait.
Right on.
All right, we'll talk about the writing then. That's I like because once again I really enjoyed this movie. So I only have like a few things that kind of took me out. It's mostly in the first, because like the last act was just so. I feel like the last act is worth a price of admission by itself. That's kind of like the way I'm like,
Okay.
but not in a Dark of the Moon way where it's like that. The last ending was pretty good. The rest of the movie was shit. Like I mean, like the movie's really good.
It's
It's
the
just like,
highlight.
the ending was like really, really good.
Yeah.
The overall plot of the movie's not great. It's like it's just a Transformers plot with like there's a MacGuffin and we have to do a thing. They sort of throw in a plot twist to do with the twist. Sorry,
Twist.
to do with the MacGuffin in the middle of the movie. I won't spoil it.
Yeah.
It made me laugh for how bad it was, especially with the weird editing there. But let's just spoil it. They do a
Okay.
funny thing with a cat. Yeah, that I thought was pretty dumb. There are a few moments of like, what are they called? Like, to make it conveniences where like
Yeah.
there'll be activities that only the humans can do because they're small.
Yeah.
Tiny.
But like, I kind of forgave that. I was like, yeah, no, it makes sense for the movie to work. While there is some good dialogue, a lot of the dialogue after me is cheesy, and sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, that was cheesy when I said that line,"
Oh, self-aware.
but sometimes it's a little bit too cheesy. There'll be throwbacks to lines from the 80s, and I'm like, I know that it made like they'll say like cheesy lines from the 80s stuff. And I'm like, I'd laugh at it, but I'm not like going because that's funny. It's more like
They
I
did a
see
line.
what she did there. But it stuck out awkwardly a little bit. The other but the main problem I have with the dialogue is way too much exposition.
Mm.
In moments that they could have clearly shown it, like they didn't need to explain what was going on at the time. And the particular thing I'm talking about where they do a plot twist to do with the MacGuffin, they do the exposition twice, once for the good guys and once for the bad guys. And I'm like, you're doing it back, and they're intercutting between it, and they're getting the same information. I'm like, why? I can see what's going on. I don't need the perspective of the villains in that point because I'm with the good guys. I guess if we're doing an exposition dump, yeah, like I didn't really get why they chose to do that. And yeah, there's a lot of times in the movie where they kind of go like, yo, this is my backstory of my race, and this is how things have been going on. Whereas that's why I feel like the Bumblebee movie did really well. Is like you get that huge battle of Cybertron at the start, and that's the context for the entire film. You get shown it at the start in this context. Whereas this movie, it does show you stuff at the start from what I remember.
Yeah.
But then they also have to keep doing exposition dumps throughout the movie, and I'm like, a bit unnecessary. And that includes even with the human characters, when they were setting them up initially, like you got Anthony Ramos in his house, they introduced the brother. And especially the way they handled the brother storyline at the start was very heavy-handed with, this is what's going on, this is why you should care, we're going to tell you it, instead of... And they literally go to places where you could figure out what was going on because of the location they were in. So this studio with the brother, they go to another place, and like you didn't need to be told explicitly what's going on, what's happening in the scene before. When you move to another location, that implies what's going on. Yeah, it's hard to say without spoiling, but if you know what I'm talking about, that was a specific nitpick I had with it. It's not really nitpick. This is a genuine criticism of mine. I'm like, yeah. So actually, the first half of the movie, not half, maybe like the first third, had me thinking, is this a kids' movie? Because a lot of the dialogue felt a bit heavy-handed with, this is what you got it.
It is marketed towards young
adults.
people.
It's actually rated M, so it's not a kids' movie.
Well, M people aren't adults.
Yeah.
And the people who grew up playing Transformers toys
they're
probably
older.
targeted to that age of
But they wouldn't go out to see a Transformers movie. Just be like, oh, this ain't the old
Do you remember
movies.
the original, in the Transformer movies, they say like the F word and stuff. They're not kids' movies. Like there's like the Michael Bay one straight up not kids' movie. And this one's had the same ratings. They're like, I feel like this one's honestly fine for kids. Like this.
But Bumblebee was a kind of.
Yeah, that one. I think that was that PG or something? I don't know.
I think it's PG.
But this one has an actual M rating, so it's not targeted at kids.
Okay, but kids will look at, wow, monkey. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, but that's not the point. I'm just saying the movie just isn't targeted at kids.
I mean, I watched Transformers 2 when I was a kid, and I saw sexy robot
that's not
lady.
the point, bro. I'm saying who the movie is targeted at, not which movies you liked when you were a kid.
I'm saying other kids to be like me.
I'm saying literally based on the rating of the movie, this movie is targeted at, I guess you would say, if you wanted to try and convert it roughly to American age ratings, it would be 13 plus, right?
Yeah, that's kids.
Yeah, but like this isn't exactly the same thing. This would be closer to like...
Isn't M like...
It's mature. Like kids can go and see it, but like this is like... You gotta be mature to watch it kind of thing. Because I guess like the main thing is just violence in this movie is kind of like the main thing. Sorry, what were we talking about again?
The heavy-handed use of
so I
dialogue.
thought it was like... It kind of gave me the vibes that it was a kids movie because they were explaining a lot of what was going on. So I was like, oh, it's a little bit strange. Yeah.
Or they maybe had that thought of like, our kids gonna watch it.
They also, it kind of comes back a bit at the end where they go, hey, this is the theme of the movie. And we're going to do it because it's the theme of the... Do you remember what the thing was? Like there's a certain situation where it's kind of like dire. Then someone's like, hey, remember this catchphrase we've been saying throughout the movie? Because it's the theme of the movie. We're going to say it now because it's the theme of the movie and we want people to take away the morals and stuff.
Family.
Which honestly, it is better than, like, the Michael Bay movies are kind of like, let's solve all our problems with violence. This one goes, violence, but with a message is kind of like the thing. Which, to be honest, that's fine.
Violence
it's not like, it's not a movie for little kids. It's not like the Mario movie, which is like literally for little kids. Like,
but they solved it with violence.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not like the Mario. This is like they use action, but it's like action, but the characters have learned something, so they act in a certain way. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but yeah. You know what I mean?
They're learning. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, well, I said, yeah, the plot's kind of thin. It's just like, do the MacGuffin stuff. And like, there
Fight
are
the
stuff
evil.
that feels like other movies at times. The ending is a bit endgame. It's like, the vibe is a little bit Lord of the Rings at times. Like, bit of Indiana Jones. And they'll occasionally throw references to it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the other
see
thing I
it.
really liked, actually. Actually, sorry, this is completely unrelated. Did you have a point you wanted to make before I say?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Like early, they were like, "Yo, this happening, this happening."
Yeah.
Even with the brother thing, I assumed it was so like that's an actual plot point, but I guess it's just like a mechanism to make you care more.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I did kind of fall for that thing,
you
but
fell
I
for
could, while I was like going like, I'm getting emotional about it. I know that they're doing it to make me feel. I had that in the back of my mind, but I'm like, I'm still gonna go with it. I'm not gonna just be like, well, I don't like that they're making me do this because I know that this movie was written by writers, and I don't like writers. I wasn't gonna do that. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I didn't get attached because I thought it was gonna be a different thing, but I guess they just didn't do it. So I'm like, okay, kid, you got it. So I didn't care as much.
That was my other thing as well with this film, because I was in a weird, like, my brain was weird. My brain has been weird. My brain is always weird. But this is more weird.
Yeah.
And I actually got emotional watching this film purely at the brothers.
Yeah, that was the exact same thing as me. Also, I got a little bit emotional in terms of like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
There were parts that made me go like,
Yeah.
There's a part that was so like, it's completely spoilers, but there were also parts that made me emotional that weren't to do with the human characters. But it was not like literally like I was sad. It was like, this is great. I love this character. That's completely spoilers. I shouldn't say anything. But yeah. Though, like, with your point when you were saying you don't care, though, you must admit you cared more than the Michael Bay humans. Because there's nothing to care about in those fucking movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like them more as character people.
For sure. Yeah, so the other thing I was going to say is this immediately from the start, the vibe was like perfection with the 90s stuff.
Yeah.
The music, the sound, like it was just like in general, I was there for the vibes, man. I was like sitting there, I'm like, this is already just feels so. I just feel like so much in the world, whereas the Michael Bay movies are so in like this other parallel version of my reality where everyone's. Remember, like when I made criticism of the characters in the Michael Bay ones when we were watching it, I was going, why does every human have to be such a big personality where they completely undermine the Transformers, which are meant to be the literally big personalities, where all the humans are just as eccentric, if not more, mostly more actually.
Like the parents.
But this movie is like the humans feel like people, and like the Transformers are a little bit. They're not like over the top. They're just like they're a bit wacky,
guys.
but like and it creates a fun dynamic. Whereas the Michael Bay ones, everybody's the same, and they're all just over the top and yelling. Yeah.
Yeah. True that. I was gonna say something. I forgot.
See if you can remember.
Something.
Keep moving on, I guess. Do you guys have any like writing props? Because you guys didn't like it as much as I did. I should say good things. But wait,
I'll say about good things. But
Yeah.
I remembered what I want to say. Pre 9/11 vibes.
Yes. I always laughed at the start because
When you saw the towers.
there's a lot of wide shots of
New
York with the towers.
Yeah,
They also have a scene where they're talking to the one of the characters, and then like with the mise-en scene, you can see in the background next to her head the twin towers.
really emphasis.
Yeah,
This is before the dark times.
yeah,
Just now.
for sure.
Crazy.
It was, but it did kind of take me out a little bit because I'm like, yeah, pre 9/11, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Because we've only lived in a post 9/11 society.
That's
Think about
true.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a different time.
Was there any? Sorry.
Writing stuff.
in good writing, because I kind of said my problems, right?
Yes.
Because I pretty much liked everything else is kind of my main thing. And just in terms of like, yeah, the vibes were there. The characters to me were incredibly likable. I feel like they could have probably done a bit more with the archaeologist, because she kind of, a museum worker, sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like she didn't really have motivation. Because there's a specific scene like, oh, do you want to go on this adventure? And she doesn't. She just goes, yeah.
I think the motivation is like, wow, cool.
Yeah,
history.
I think that's kind of the vibe,
Yeah.
which is
Uncover the truth.
I get a little bit more because she has all this experience and like she kind of wants to put it to use. Is kind of like the way I see it. And I'm like, yeah, it's just not as strong as I feel like the core.
Yeah.
With the main character, because he has this relation with his brother. That's all really good. I like the bond he forms with Mirage. I thought that was very strong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one weird criticism I have: this movie kind of ends multiple times. This is light spoilers, but not really. You know how every Michael Bay movie ends with the Optimus Prime monologuing?
Yes.
So it has Optimus Prime monologue to be like, "This is the end." Then it has the main character monologue to be like, "This is the end." And they have kind of like this end tag part, which we won't spoil yet. And yeah, it kind of just keeps going on to the end a little bit. I'm like, oh, it probably could have been cut. And I reckon the end tag probably could have been a post-credit more. But yeah. The end tag was also a little bit strange. The scene went for quite a while where they're kind of just talking about nothing and nothing and nothing and nothing until like they show you the thing. But that's spoilers again. I felt that went a little bit long. Huge praise for this movie. This may be crazy. For the movie being under 2 hours. Holy shit, every Transformers movie is either 2.5 or 2 hours and 45, and it's the worst. It is generally like, it could be a torture method. Like, that's how fucking long and annoying those things are. But this one was a pretty breezy, I'd say rather well-paced movie. The action sequences I thought were incredible. I generally think the visual effects were like really good. Also to do with like the character design, all being like, I could see people's I could see
expressions.
I could see the actual Transformers. They didn't just look like a big muddle of grey, which is kind of like the vibes of the previous one.
Yeah.
And the cinematography makes them actually look good.
I think I did.
Optimus Prime is still a little bit funny with the way he does. He's a bit brutal still.
Yeah.
Still a dick. The old.
Still a
the
bit.
old
But
Optimus Prime.
he actually has an arc in this movie. He learns, which they've never done in a Transformers movie.
True.
Because he's a dick at the start, but he becomes less of a dick at the end.
That's
Crazy.
We already
crazy.
touched on visuals and effects for a little bit.
Yeah.
I continue on this chain. I think I did spot like one specific Transformer out of the entire bunch that probably had less time spent animating them. I could spot like, I remember one.
Wait, is it the really obvious one because the plot reason that they're not in the movie much?
All right, they'll tell me about it later. But I did notice one scene where there's just like for a flash of a moment, this one Transformer looked really out of shot. And looked really like
not finished.
Not finished CGI.
Huh.
Not really. Just like I could tell it like the shadows or something about that wasn't quite right.
I didn't notice that. I mean, the ending still has a bit of that muddy look to it.
Yeah.
That I am not a huge fan of. But like the fact that the Transformers looked as good as at least like the main guys, the Autobots looked pretty good. Was pretty impressive to me, at least because of those fucking Michael Bay ones.
Beep.
They do like cool tech stuff. Just like the way they do like alien tech looks really cool in this one. There's a big structure that's built at the end, kind of, and they do this really cool effect of how it's made. I was like, this is really nice. Wow. Yeah, a lot of moments like that for me. Like, yeah. The transforming looked really cool as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did like.
I liked like during like the first act when like each of the Transformers kind of get revealed. They'll do the cool shots and stuff, and I was generally like grinning when I first saw Optimus Prime transform in the movie. I had a huge smile on my face. I was like, yeah,
dang, Optimus back.
I gotta spend the money at that place specifically.
Yeah,
you have to. very good.
Yeah.
Did anyone else feel that? Because you said you liked the chemistry between the main two humans.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't.
Like you thought they
Like, because there was definitely okay. I don't. Is it spoilers to say like, they try to really imply a sort of love interest kind of thing?
did they? I didn't get that.
I got
really.
that it was heavily implied.
I was
That
thinking
they didn't spell it out at all.
the way that I got it was like they could go in that direction, but I don't think they went far enough for that to really be. We might have to discuss
I
more.
think
spoilers,
they left
but
the crumb for that, but
I
then we'll
think
talk about
they
it later.
did, but they. I the way I interpret it was like they're just friends.
Yeah.
There's. Yeah. The way I mean, like the chemistry, I mean, just like the way they bounce off each other and stuff, I thought was good. They had like a lot of fun scenes when because they spend some times doing their own stuff together.
Yeah,
Without
yeah,
the
those
and I was
moments are
like, yeah, it
cool.
was a little bit of
Yeah,
fun.
that was.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other writing things?
Like I feel like the Beast guys are kind of
They don't have much screen time.
they're underutilized.
Yeah. I think they did a great job with what's her name?
The birdie.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh's character. Eraser.
Yeah.
What a name. I think they did a good job with her. And I think Optimus Prime was a monkey.
Yep.
Which kind of
Is it
just
monkey.
Okay, I don't know, like legitimately for me, just the fact that Optimus Prime was a monkey, it made me love him so
Ooh.
much. Like they could have done fuck all with his character, but he actually has like an important storyline to do with like. That's the other thing. Like the main human's kind of a reflection of Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime's kind of like a reflection of the kind of like all. It's kind of like poetry. They all kind of relate in terms of their characters. That's how they grow in their character arcs as well.
Yeah.
They do spell it out a little bit too much when characters will be like, "You're literally me for real." But yeah, I did like that. Totally. The cheetah one's barely in it, same as
Rhino.
the rhino. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even notice they were in the movie until they. I feel like they had like two like words each, and they were "I'm Rhino" and "I'm Cheetah" one, whatever. Yeah,
They just made a pissing joke, I think, with Cheetah and Mirage.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
I remember all the jokes. The funny jokes.
I remember there's a great one that made me burst out laughing. One that we've hinted at so many times in this episode, but we'll get to that as spoilers, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other writing stuff that's not spoilers?
Yeah.
We can move on.
Yeah.
So
Overstayed our
we'll
welcome.
probably speed through these next sections because we already kind of touched upon them. But the cinematography, I thought it
Quite
was
nice.
a huge upgrade from Michael Bay. Holy shit, that man cannot hold a camera still.
But he's the king.
He's the king of not being able to see a single thing. You know how the weirdest fucking thing that Michael Bay does is he will focus on an item. Like, this is when he has long shots, and he barely does. But he will focus on an item that isn't the center of the battle.
Mm.
Like, in a particular egregious one was when we were watching the forest fight scene in Revenge of the Fallen, and it's many people go, it's the best fight scene in the movie. And I'm like, yeah, it kind of is, because it's like the only remotely good one, because the endings fight scene's shit.
Yeah.
So like this one was like, okay, it's pretty cool, except for the fact that at one point they just stayed on the a tree trunk because Shia LaBeouf's in it, and then the Transformers are fighting behind, and then the camera kind of moves to be dynamic, right? But it still focuses on the tree trunk, so you can't see the Transformers fighting. This movie doesn't do that. Sometimes they'll be like, there's a big battle going on, but it will focus on the humans for like character stuff. But not when it's like an actual like fight between Transformers. They'll show the entire thing full in camera, and I thought that was great.
Nice.
Like genuinely, if you want to see Transformers fighting, which it sounds like it's kind of the pitch of the entire Transformers franchise, this is actually the movie to go for. I feel like this has the most Transformer action.
Yeah,
and like throughout. What?
Yeah.
Transformer action.
Oh.
That reminds me. on a slightly different note.
Oh,
You know
God.
how in the Michael Bay movies, he'll always, if there's like a woman, he'll pan on the woman, down up
Yeah,
for the film.
this movie doesn't do that. So good.
Yeah.
Oh, also the other thing of you know, remember in Dark of the Moon, where they get Sam's girlfriend to like they have all make that other thing, like nobody's makeup ever, if they're like hot, their makeup doesn't get smudged or anything. They have to look beautiful all the time in the Michael Bay ones.
Right.
But yeah, there's a great scene of her like walking and then a huge explosion behind her and she keeps walking and she just looks perfect.
Mm.
Nice.
Oh, that's fucking funny. But yeah.
We saw my Michael Bay woman in this
But
movie.
yeah, the cinematography is genuinely like good in this one. They have a great oneer at the end. It wasn't in all the trailers, but yeah, they have a lot of the moments like that.
Good.
Oh, the action sequences were generally like each of them were so good. They even have like a cool horror thing that goes on a few times in it. You guys remember a little bit
in which bit?
Gave me the vibes of no, actually I was gonna say when they were being stalked in the desert in the first movie, but not really. There are a few moments that they'll go into the dark and there'll be like a creepy little thing going around. And there were jump scares in this movie that I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. But yeah. Yeah, so I think big up on the cinematography.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. And the visual effects.
Another thumbs.
The visual effects stuff, I think huge thumbs up. So the ending, it just could have been in a more brighter location. I feel just a nicer. I feel like the bad guys, their character designs are still way more distinctive than the Michael Bay ones, where you can't tell any of the Decepticons apart really.
Yes, they're not colored.
But this one you can actually tell they are a little bit. I'm not just a huge fan of gray as a color, I guess. When in CGI,
yeah,
it's kind of like I don't think it really ever looks good. I liked how the secondary villain looked like MF Doom. Did you think of that with his funny mask thing?
Did have a mask,
and it was like the
MF Doom mask.
Yeah. Every time I saw it, I kept thinking to myself, "That's MF Doom."
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're funny masks.
I just all of the action sequences I think were really good. There's a cool one with Mirage at the start, and then there's like a cool one at the museum, and I really like the one on the grassy, like the road chase, which kind of gave me Revenge of the Fallen vibes, but done well. That's kind of like that legit was like, oh, this is what Revenge of the Fallen, that forest scene was meant to look like.
Yeah,
because it's Transformers rolling around, and they do cool Transformery stuff as well. I like how Mirage does Mirage stuff. Yeah. I never got that in the Michael Bay movies. I don't think I ever saw any. I didn't get the idea that Transformers had powers. I didn't know that was a thing. But this movie, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Well, I guess there's like specialties. Like Optimus has a sword, Bumblebee has gun.
Yeah.
And that's their thing.
Yeah. But they never like really used it creatively in the Michael Bay movies. But in this one, it felt like they kind of...
Mirage had his Mirage thing.
The fights were like actually well choreographed between the Transformers. Yeah. Because the Michael Bay ones are literally characters rolling around for a majority. Or they're shooting at each other.
Yeah.
A lot of rolling. Have you noticed that? They roll a lot.
They roll,
yeah, they roll.
Because they shoot and they duck and they roll.
And then they roll on top of each other.
They do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But like that's when Optimus not slashing around.
Yeah.
And they rolling around. True that.
All right. So then we will get to the sound, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because the sound was good.
Yeah.
They got moves.
I think the consistent thing across the Transformers franchise is the sound design's always been pretty good.
Yeah.
They
Clinking clank.
I can tell they reuse some old sounds for the nostalgia factor.
Yeah, the Michael Bay ones used the ones from the 80s as well.
Oh, right.
Yep. Good stuff there.
Nice.
Oh, just like a weird thing. I liked the way they did Transformers voices in this one. Because they were inaudible, like not inaudible, but the filter on them was so heavy in the Michael Bay ones to make them not
Yeah.
sound human that they like. Yeah,
True.
I thought they did a
Optimus
nice
still
job.
sounds Optimus-y.
Yeah, still Peter Cullen. I mean, he was the best voice.
I like them
Yeah.
using the sound design more so to just get over the fact that these things are fucking.
Yeah.
It's not gonna come across the screen unless we animate it, so
Yeah,
might as well do it with sound.
this movie does
True.
make a good point of going. These guys are so big. That only humans could fit into small places.
Yeah.
They did that with when they were at Sam's house and they were just stomping around, kicking shit.
Worst fucking scene of that.
That was funny, bro.
It was funny maybe for like a minute, and then it went for 15. And I was like,
Yeah,
"What's the
yes.
bit? I don't
The
get it
bit is
anymore."
they're all dicks and they
Yeah,
don't, they
I
don't
fucking hated
care.
those. They do like
Sometimes.
an almost callback to it in this one with Mirage,
So,
if you remember, but it was handled more tastefully. And that
yes, I remember that.
doesn't Optimus probably almost kill a dog in that movie?
Does he?
Yeah, wasn't it Sam's dog, and then he was like gonna
Or
step on us
he
and shit.
threatened to kill it anyway. Or was that
Bro.
the
Optimus
other guy?
Prime was a dick in that movie.
Bro.
Wasn't it the other guy with the gun
It was
guy?
somebody. Oh yeah, was it the one with the British guy with lots of guns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, someone threatens to kill a dog.
He
in the
dies in
movie.
Age of Extinction. Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the soundtrack itself was pretty good.
Cool.
Both in terms of like original like composition stuff, but also like the 90s license
90s
tracks. I
music,
like
yes.
them. Yeah.
Music work well, sound design
Oh,
work well.
did you? They don't have the music in, but they had a reference to Mr.
Well,
Maki Man.
spoilers.
So
That's the
spoilers?
part I wanted to talk about later.
All right.
I was holding that in for this entire review.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
And that concludes our non-spoiler section. We'll now transition to the spoiler section, where we can talk more in depth.
Welcome to the spoiler zone.
Spoiler zone.
Transforming sounds.
I
Clink,
am
clank.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, so you want to talk about that was the part of the Marky Mark reference.
Yeah.
Literally had me dead. I was so dead. I was like, oh, Dio would have loved. Is this what you wanted to tell me
Yeah,
the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
what
was
I-
thinking. I think this is what Dio wanted to talk about because that part peak.
That's
need
a
context.
funny joke.
Mark Wahlberg's he's the main character of the
Right.
two Legend
The-
Transform
yeah.
movies, and they talk about how Marky Mark left the Funky Bunch to pursue acting. And I was like, oh, that's really funny. Also, because if you remember, we kept talking about Marky Mark when we watched The Bachelor,
Right.
because he'd be in that recurring ad for something on Paramount Plus
yeah.
or some shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's relevant because his, I guess, rap group
Yeah.
is from the 90s? From the 90s, yes.
Or the part where Bumblebee comes back at the end and they play that song, the one that they used in Deadpool. They call it a comeback song.
Yeah, that's the Beastie Boys song.
Yeah. The entire cinema applauded.
Wow, so
It was
good.
very hype. It was incredible. Like that was a part that I think made me tear up from happiness, bro. I was genuinely like,
Yeah.
Bumblebee's back. I'm kind of disappointed he wasn't used a lot in the movie, but they killed him earlier in the movie.
Yeah, so there's that.
I wonder
Because-
if people who hadn't seen the previous movies went, oh, they killed Bumblebee. Because, like, to us, we know if you just fucking fix their old Spock, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because they established in the Michael. Like, oh, wait, you haven't seen them. Did
I
you know
read
about,
about
like, the.
I read about it.
Yeah, okay.
But they don't have the old Spock yet.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, it's not old Spock. I mean, their Spock. Each
yeah.
transform has a life Spock in them.
You just do
And if you just, like, kind of fix it. And
Yeah.
that's what they do. They just, like, fucking overcharge the fucking planet. And he just happens to be on, like, on top of the thing. And
Yeah.
that was, yeah. When Bumblebee died, I was devastated, bro. I wasn't, like, crying or anything, but I was like,
dang.
no, but that's my boy. Because Bumblebee's really likable in, like, Bumblebee and this one. Whereas,
Yeah.
like, he's okay in the Michael Bay ones. I don't, it's more like he's, maybe it's because his design's really cute, like in these
yellow.
ones. Yeah, and he has that cute little face. You know,
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
try to like actually make him look unique.
Yeah.
And I like the design so much more than the Michael Bay one, which is
So it's the same
there,
face.
a lot of
though.
people like the Michael Bay design, I guess, but No, they do not have the same face.
Roughly the same face.
No,
What do you
not
mean
at
they
all.
don't?
Not at all. No,
They have the
Cat's eye.
same face.
no.
Well, I could say the Michael Bay ones. His design's more aggressive.
Yeah, the Bumblebee's face is like super like rounded and stuff because they just use the same design from the previous from Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very cute, and he's got his little wings, which I know. I think they're nicer wings in this one.
The doors.
He drank his Red Bull.
And I like
Yes.
the line where he does his like voice talking thing, and then Optimus Prime is like, I'm not letting you go to the drive-in theater again." What a dick, Optimus Prime.
I mean, what did he do?
Huh?
What did Bumblebee do
Exactly.
at the theater?
Say hello.
He
to my
just
little friend.
copied into the lines. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe in Bumblebee pirated some movies. He brought a camera, yeah,
No.
to the
Maybe he
drive-in
did.
theater. But like they killed him off because it's not his movie anymore.
Yeah, I think like genuinely it was like we had a spin-off with Bumblebee. It's not his movie,
Yeah.
so they can kill it. Yeah, I got that.
And I guess maybe because Bumblebee's been somewhat of a main transformer in all the other movies.
Yeah, because he sometimes is the best one.
Yeah.
There's sometimes
Well,
I don't
the
know. None of
focus is either like
the Transformers aren't very likable. The Michael Bay ones, in all honesty,
well, most of them are like focused on Optimus, right?
or they're being racist.
Yes.
That's actually quite a lot of the time. They're just being
I like
racist.
the little racist robots.
The
played
little,
by
no,
SpongeBob.
the little ones are more like sexist. The little,
Yeah, the SpongeBob ones.
yeah. The
Fun
one that
fact,
humps
like
Megan Fox's leg.
SpongeBob voice actor played like a little robot guy who
Yeah, he
very-
played a couple of roles in that one. Actually,
and
I
did he
think.
also play the racist one?
I think he played one of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, SpongeBob man. Yeah.
Sounds like SpongeBob.
All right, shall we break this movie down a bit? We open with this honestly really cool scene with the Maximals,
Manimals, the beasts from
beasts.
within.
the Beastie Boys. Some would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
They should have played the Brooklyn song again.
Sleep till Brooklyn again. Yeah, and I like how the main character keeps going, "Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn."
Yep.
It's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
shout it out.
But no, Sleep
a
till
recurring
Brooklyn is
theme.
not in this song.
Because they knew
Yeah.
Mario's gonna use it and the other movie's gonna use it.
Oh, yep.
And Guardians, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get this cool scene with the primals, and that's kind of like the most you get them a bit more, but they're not really in it anymore from that point on.
Yeah.
But I call them the
How they
primals.
go
They're not the
back.
primals.
The
They're the
primals.
maximals. I'm sorry, I meant
Yeah.
yeah. I thought that was a cool opener. Yeah, and then you get introduced to main character, and yeah, you get that
Introduced.
the start scene where they're kind of hanging out like family, and he's like going, "Yeah, I got money problems, whatever," and then he sits down with the little kid, and he goes, "Oh, is your hand all right?" And then he's like, "Nah, I've been shaking a bit or whatever," and he's like, "Yeah, your sickle cell anemia has gotten real bad lately." And I'm like, "Thank you for
Dang.
specifying the exact disease he has." I assume the brother just forgot what he had. He needed to be reminded.
He also has dementia, bro.
Yeah.
That's why he needs to be reminded.
Like
Poor
Bumblebee
child.
in the Bumblebee movie, by the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Does he have dementia?
Yeah, it's all about him finding his memory again. It's like,
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. And they go to the hospital, right? And it's like, if I was writing it, I would have just had maybe like a reference to maybe his hand tremoring, and then later maybe talk a bit more about it at the hospital, because the hospital implies that there is a sickness, there is something
Yes.
wrong, and like we already know, and yeah, there's a bit of that, It's not there.
Well, I think the hospital was to emphasize that they have no money.
You can't pay the medical bill.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we already
Keep
know
them
he had
behind.
sickness.
yeah. You get him trying to apply for a job.
And then boss was racist.
Yeah, that was weird. We're trying to, yeah.
So, are they trying to say, yeah, the 90s were racist, man?
Well, we don't know he was explicitly racist. But I think he did say like "you people" or some
You
shit,
did
right?
say you people.
So it was a bit weird.
Yeah, what was that? Just saying, yeah. These racist back then, man.
Maybe he just hates people who are from Brooklyn.
Maybe.
Because there's no sleep.
Which hospital did they
So-
go to?
And that wasn't the hospital. That was
Well,
at,
that was after the
building.
hospital, but like,
Yeah.
he applied a job somewhere.
Yeah.
What was the point of that scene?
I don't know. To emphasize more that he has no money.
Because he's not of the white
he doesn't
race.
have it because he doesn't have a job. I think is.
So what was it? No, the you people bit.
I think it was more. I think it literally what the dialogue he was saying. People who are like lazy. I think was what he was saying to do with because it was in relation to his
was in the
being
military.
in the military and how he
That
got
lazy?
kicked out. Yeah. So the military commander was like, this guy is not a good worker or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think what he meant by you people. I don't think it was legitimately a racist thing, but perhaps it could be read that way. I kind of low-key did a little bit when I was
I
like,
did,
that's
'cause,
a
like-
little racist. Yeah,
What does that have to do? If I'm in the military, if anything, I'll be more disciplined, even though I
but
got
he's
kicked
not.
out.
He's meant to be a bad. Yeah.
I'm a bad
No, I got
boy.
kicked out because they were racist, man.
Also, I feel like his military thing like didn't really come into play at all
No,
Also,
not,
yeah.
not at all.
until maybe the end where
He
he
fights.
meets the company, the GI Joe.
G.I. Joe, maybe, yeah.
Which we'll get to. That's a very hype
Yes.
moment. We'll get there. So then he's got to do a crime instead. I was like, oh, this is very Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. But I thought it was a meet cute. You know, he's doing a little robbery and then he meets Mirage. And I thought the gag with him trying to break in, but Mirage keeps locking the door. That was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
And you get this great car chase. And I like the calling all Autobots to assemble. And I like how like Autobots are like dogs because they can only see like the big thing in the
Oh, yeah.
sky, but humans can't because it's a different frequency. It's like a dog whistle.
Yeah,
But with the vision,
very cool.
Yeah.
they can see more colors than we can.
Hunter vision.
You get that
Yeah.
chase with the cops and Mirage does that split thing. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Mirage's driving in general, I was like, oh, he drifts a lot. That's pretty cool. I'm a Tokyo drift
They
boy.
did drift on that one scene in the chase.
And Optimus drifts on the mountain, but
then
then
it-
transforms.
Yeah, and then
They do a
fucks
lot
up
of
the
cool
road.
moments like of transforming while driving and like which
Yeah.
like it's not they did a little bit in the Michael Bay movies, but I feel like done better
Yes.
here. They're like that cop fucking crashes pretty hard, I felt. But is he
Yeah,
fine because there was water? Is that how it works?
Well, it's like,
This is supposed to like if there's a place
If-
that is stop people from dying.
yes, but
Even
like
though
he
the
still
cop's car
crashed though.
flips up like that.
He hurt bad,
yeah.
but like
Yeah.
he might not die. But
Um,
yeah, Mirage hate cops ACAB on him.
Do I
Wow.
feel like the Mirage's Mirage ability was underused in this film?
No, that was one they
used it, like,
legitimately used.
twice.
At the beginning and the end.
Yeah, but it's like
I guess that's his like trump card. You can't use it all
Yeah.
the time.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess he could have used it more, but I was
Or
like
I
it's
would
more
like
like
to
setup
see.
and the payoff of the setup is kind of the
Yeah.
way I
Mm,
put that. Yeah, because at the end he goes, "I'm Mirage," and then he just the
Bang.
Mirage thing.
Wow. The drifting.
What happens? Oh, you're introduced to the museum worker,
Mhm.
and there's a scene of her doing some
Museums.
solving a crime, like an art theft crime as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, trying to figure out what was real.
Well,
What
they
wasn't.
showed that the
Was that also a scene of
gallery.
racism, by the way?
Well, I think it's just like gallery. The gallery owner doesn't know shit, but they own a gallery. So, and the intern, which is the lady, knows her
Oh
shit.
yeah,
But you can say it's racist.
I'll say it's racism because she
Yeah.
like takes credit for everything and then like
Yeah.
stops talking to her and just like leaves the room for some reason. Yeah.
I don't want to talk to your kind.
Also, I thought it was. Do they usually have that? You know, the tech she uses to like break open the like stone
Oh, yeah.
thing.
Uh-huh.
Is that real? Like, do they in the 90s? Did they have these like blue laser things that go like
I don't
blue?
know. I'm not a scientist.
Alternate universe,
Probably not.
I
guys.
thought that was like a little bit far fetched, but though I might be wrong. That was
Yeah, well, they had blenders go around. So imagine a
have-
blender with lasers.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah. And then then Anthony Ramos's character meets up with the Autobots, and then Optimus Prime is like fucking hate humans, but Bumblebee's like I like humans because of the last movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get it, fucking Bubble. Yeah, you had your own movie.
Why does Optimus Prime hate humans
Well,
so much though? Because
he
he's
said,
lived on the
you
Earth for
can't
5
trust
years or
the
whatever.
Humans, bro, they shit.
Bro, you're shit. I love that one line of Anthony Ramos goes, "No offense, but why would I take advice saving the Earth for somebody who couldn't save their planet or something?"
Oh, yeah.
And literally at that point, I was like, "Ooh!"
Damn,
and
bro.
the person next to me probably got really annoyed because I was the only one who did that.
Dude.
Yeah,
True.
because that was a good line.
Yeah, but in the Michael Bay movies, Optimus loves Sam.
Yeah, the best.
Duality.
But like Optimus Prime in this movie, he learns to kind of overcome that.
Yeah.
It's generally a good story for Optimus Prime. He's kind of figuring out his priorities and like he's kind of learning with great power comes great responsibility a little bit.
The man.
I was like, that's pretty good stuff.
Oh yeah, the famous lady Autobots here.
RC,
Yeah.
yeah, he doesn't
Haven't
really
seen her
have
before.
much to do in this movie,
She's
but
cool
like he's
motorbike.
cool. That's kind of like
Motorbike.
I like how
Yeah,
she
yeah.
has a like what we call it, like a projection of a rider on her.
Oh yeah.
That's
Fake
pretty cool.
Human.
Which is as
would
close
be
as this film
her-
is going to get to a transformer transforming into a sexy human.
Well, it happened before. Doesn't mean it can't happen again.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Then they do the whole museum heist thing. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I mean by the dynamic between the two humans
Oh,
was really
yeah,
fun.
that
I was like
seems
they were bouncing
funny.
off together.
Mhm.
I generally thought it was really funny because she's like, "I'm gonna protect this thing." Then he's like, and then all of the Decepticons, not Decepticons,
The people.
I can't remember the Unicron people. Yeah, they show up, and then she's like, "Nah, you can take it."
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of the weird horror, like little horror moments where little creatures crawling around. And then there's a jump scare.
Yeah.
There's another one in like a tomb thing later on.
Yeah, the tomb.
That was pretty cool. Get this nice action sequence. Poor Bumblebee.
Dithered.
Yeah.
And yeah, they went out to
Brazil.
Not to Brazil.
Brazil.
No,
Brazil.
same thing.
Before we get there,
Brazil.
Mirage meets the brother.
Oh,
Of-
no, that's. I got emotional at that scene even.
Yeah, that was a nice scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it emotional? I feel it was just like, haha.
Yeah, but you
brother,
didn't care about anyone in this movie.
Yeah,
You would
but
understand.
Still,
You don't have a brother. You wouldn't know what it's like.
I have
know you
a
do.
brother and a sister.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
a cute moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where you get like his motivation really. It's like, yeah, he's protecting his brother. And, yeah.
From the dangers of this world.
Yeah.
Yo, do you think the Transformers could have stopped 9/11? Is that a Decepticon
Was it
inside job?
Yeah, I was just saying, was it like a plane, like a Decepticon? I don't
Yeah.
know. That is an interesting question though. How
That
to
should
do
be in
that.
the sequel.
Yeah, so then they decide to join up to go on this adventure. Then you get a scene that was like, to me, was really funny because it's just so weird. They go, oh, they may have the MacGuffin, but we've split it in half, which
Yes.
is kind of like a cheap, honestly, just like a bit of a convenience there.
Mhm.
And then while they cut to the bad guy goes into the ship, and then he's like, "Oh, we've got the thing," but they've split in half. They say the exact same things in the
Oh, yeah,
same
yeah,
thing, and it kept cutting between them. And then because she explains what's going on, and then you see the bad guy just gets like Omnicron just like starts beating him up and going, "You idiot! It's split in half." And I'm thinking, yeah,
Yes.
he's a fucking idiot. Did he just see the scene before that told us that? Because that's kind of like the
Yes.
way it's structured. So I'm kind of like, he does seem dumber because of the fact that the audience knows even. And that did make me do. It did make me do a bit of a laugh because it was kind of shit. That part. I was like, yeah,
True that.
Yeah.
It was definitely.
yeah. They go for a ride in a big plane. That is a
Older man
what's it called?
plane.
What's a man plane? He gave me the vibes of that one guy.
The other older plane
Yeah,
guy.
in I think Revenge of the Fallen, but less annoying.
Yeah. But he farted, bro.
Yeah, that guy was the worst.
He's funny.
He
Then
kind
he
of also
died.
he also falls. He just falls. That guy.
Yeah, he falls
This is
over.
the old
Dies
Transformer
and
Revenge of the Fallen
farts.
that dies and farts and falls over.
Sounds like it was still something in the fart.
Yeah, but
My
this
type of
one
guy.
was better. You get that cool Peru little mission to extract the
The
MacGuffin
funny-
half,
Yeah, the other half.
but it's not in the thing
Not in the tomb.
because it got taken out
But
by
gorilla.
the Maximals and given to some humans. It just feels
you
like a
forgot-
lot of
yeah.
steps in this one of like
That's the Lord of the Rings bit.
yeah, it's very Lord of the Ringsy. Also, you have to bear in mind throughout this, he's also collecting like bits of code
Oh yeah.
to use at the end.
You forgot to mention the accent bit.
Well, that wasn't a huge deal, but sure.
But that was another they'd make a joke
About
a joke
yeah,
about
how,
racism. Haha.
yeah.
Good explanation.
That was a
guys.
great yeah.
But that
You
But it
explain
goes
that.
back to the thing I said about the last night, where they also did that, but in a different way. Where there's the guy, the Lamborghini, who speaks French for some reason.
And do they go, why do you speak French?
Yeah,
And what does he say?
I hate French.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and he's like, I didn't want this accent.
This one though
It's
is
like-
actually it's kind of funny because he's like, "Oh, do you speak Spanish?" And so I don't want to shoot. And it was like the human was racist, but the
Yes.
Transformer, yeah, they kind of do a little bit of a role reversal of that one. Then he's like, "How can I be racist because you're a robot?"
True. Well, I mean, Autobot, is that a race or is that just a?
They
Team.
literally call themselves a race, the Autobots,
Yeah. But you can
many
defect.
times in every single
Yeah.
movie.
You can defect from the Decepticons to the Autobots, like the tiny robots.
They don't understand. You can change race.
Oh, race swappings. Yeah, you can do that.
Is that the
Race
equivalent of like a Decepticon switching to the auto, like the little sexist robots?
Yeah,
Is that like the equivalent to like blackface or something?
maybe.
I don't know. A little bit weird.
This is frowned upon.
Yeah. See, they don't even understand their own law in the
Mhm.
Michael Bay movies.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, so all in all, basically, yeah, they get to the village that has the peace. You meet the Maximals. Optimus
they're all
Primal
like,
is very
wow.
cool. But during the big heist in Peru, the Transformers get into a fight with the bad guys. And a great
Oh,
action
yeah.
sequence on the hill. Sorry, my
The
throat's like
drifting
dying.
part.
Yeah.
They
But
drift.
Michelle Yeoh's character gets
Saves
corrupted
Mao.
by
Funny goo by
funny
basically
goo.
Yeah.
Venom.
that never affects that never happens to
Yeah.
anyone else, by the way.
Yeah.
It just happens
It's a
to
symbiote, bro.
yeah, just happens to her, and she will later be possessed and steal the thing for Unicron.
Yeah.
Is this kind of like a sad moment where Optimus Primal has to like essentially kill her?
Yeah.
Which kind of like goes, oh, that's kind of a reflection of like Optimus Prime a little bit. He's very driven by his goals, right? He's a
You
very
gotta do what you gotta do.
die, give me your
Yeah.
face.
Sacrifices must be made.
Yeah.
That's what's
To
happening.
quote Optimus Prime in Dark of the Moon, now you die. Yeah.
Yahoo.
Yeah. So then the bad guys win the movie ends. JK, they realize that, hey, I like the way they do it. They're like, yeah, we can't do anything. We've lost. unless we could do the one thing we need to do to win. What a
Wow.
factual statement, dude.
I mean,
And
it
it's
is
true.
correct.
That is exactly
Yes,
correct.
We will lose if we don't do the thing we need
We
to
need
win.
to do to win.
Yeah.
And then
the human.
basically you just get a big battle. Yeah, huge battle. I fucking loved it. You know, the entire movie I was thinking, what did the Maximals actually transform into? And we get that. They transformed into like these warriors and stuff. They have weapons and shit. I thought that was all really cool. What else? Oh, yeah, conveniently the T-humans can sneak into the little spots. Though technically only one human needs to, the lady. Because she can, but apparently I guess she's not a strong, independent woman enough to do it herself.
Yes.
But
At least they're keeping a bit of Michael Bay in there.
yeah. Because she has the code. Sorry, do you have
Yeah,
any
right,
water?
mate.
My throat's
Yes,
like
I
getting
do
dry.
have
Can we take a
water.
brief pause? How are we looking on time, by the way?
Almost 2 hours.
1:55.
We'll probably get this wrapped up. And put it-
For July.
Just water. Is this the actual just water, or have you?
Is there any other just?
No, I thought, is it just the just water bottle? All right, I think I'm ready to continue. Where were we at?
Talking about how they sneaky sneak.
Yeah, they sneak. But then they even like that all fails, and then they can still go through with it anyway. So much for we can't do anything.
But you
they
gotta try.
Mirage gets an epic moment protecting Noah, and he kind of sacrifices himself, but not really. That was a little
But
bit
then
of
he
a.
turned
I
to
thought that was a little bit of a
Iron
cop
Man.
out.
Yeah.
However, it did lead to one of the most cool moments, and that's when Noah becomes fucking Iron Man.
That's
Oh,
right.
that also one of my favorite jokes in the movie was "We're just working mates. You've been inside me."
Oh, that's a funny line.
That was a good line.
He becomes Iron Man. Oh my god.
Yeah, he becomes freaking Iron Man, and yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's probably the most badass human thing I've ever seen in a Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Like, period. Like, that was fucking awesome. He was like going to fight, and like that's kind of like the direction I want all. If they're going to put humans, that's just the direction I want them all to go in. Have them be in fucking Iron Man suits.
But what about Mark Wahlberg with a funny sword in The Last Night?
Yeah. Oh, imagine if like in one of the next movies, there's like a mecha transformer and a human inside, like doing like a Hulkbuster type shit, you know?
Then that's just the Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. What if they cross over?
They fight Transformers.
Yeah. Yeah, that was all really cool. They still like lose. The console gets blown up, but Optimus. Oh, sorry, what did they do? Optimus Prime does something.
He sacrifices himself to blow it up.
What does he do though? What was his actual sacrifice play?
Because he knew he was probably going to die.
No, sorry, no. But what did he do?
He told everyone to fuck off, and he like smashed it.
Okay, yeah, the smashed it part was what I was looking for.
Smash.
What did he smash?
The transwarp.
Your
key.
mum.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that was because his whole deal in this movie is like, my one goal is to make
They'll
sure we
go
all get
back
home because
to-
he fucks stuff up off screen essentially
Cybertron.
between the end of Bumblebee and this movie, sort of.
He lost the war, basically.
Well, yeah, and they couldn't return.
But with his
Even
newfound
though
collaboration,
it's not
with
entirely
humans,
true, he can just fly there, right?
They need a ship. They don't have a ship. or something.
He has a jet. Well, I guess he doesn't have his jetpack yet, right?
No, not yet.
I don't know.
But isn't the thing like they crash landed on Earth?
I don't know. Just in the Michael Bay movie, he just flies off into space. If you remember the monologue he had in the Dark of the Moon, I think, where he's like, there are many things out there, but
Wee. I guess he got jets. He hasn't got them yet.
yeah. Yeah, Optimus Prime, big sacrifice play, because he's kind of learned about, it's not always about yourself, bro. Sometimes there are other people, and, he crash landed on a planet and stayed there. Maybe he should care about that planet too.
There.
Or stay longer.
Yeah.
Just migrate. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, point being, yeah, that's what they do, being sacrifice play, and they defeat the bad guys. Oh yeah, Unicron's like coming through an Avengers sky beam. That's also the same as that's the exact same thing that happens in Dark of the Moon. How they're trying to bring Cybertron through a giant portal into the city.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing, but different. And then the movie ends with Optimus Prime delivering a monologue, and then it ends again with main character delivering a monologue. Then it ends again with main character going into what he thinks is a job application, and it turns out
it was a military style.
I thought it was Section 7. Is that what they call it?
Sector.
Sector 7. That's what I thought it was, but it wasn't. What was it?
More sectors. It was the CIA.
It was G.I. Joe. Which
Wow,
that was genuinely a holy shit moment. Because it's like, have you seen that meme of like people going like Fast X post credit scene is them meeting the Transformers?
Oh,
because everyone kept fucking sending me that. I was like, oh, this is very funny.
If the Fast X gang meet the Transformers gang, they'll be unstoppable, bro. With their driving skills and the power of Transformers,
or the power of the Fast and Furious characters because they're invincible.
Also that.
But yeah, they're teaching a collaboration with G.I. Joe, which makes sense. It's the same toy company and all of that, Hasbro. But yeah, holy shit, what the fuck? Now it begs the question, like, what is canon to this? Are we factoring in? Because I haven't seen the G.I. Joe moment, so I'm not sure if the actor at the end was from Snake Eyes or like the Dwayne Johnson one or the Channing Tatum one. I don't know. Maybe I need to now watch all these fucking movies.
Or
is this like leading into a whole new era of G.I. Joe? The Snake Eyes only came out a couple of years ago, so I'd feel like that would be connected.
Maybe.
I don't know. Either way, I mean, I don't. It's kind of hype, but also like I don't give a shit about G.I. Joe, honestly. No. But like I imagine for 80s kids,
that was
probably
another one of my toys.
And to me, it was green. It was pretty interesting because it's like, what a like that is a. You don't see crossovers between stuff different in a movie. Toys. Doesn't really happen.
Yeah.
And genuinely, like, good job. We'll see if it works.
Yeah, see if it's good. But like, cool crossover.
Do you think the Transformers are going to be fighting like Cobra?
Man.
Is that what they call it? The big guys, the gang, bad guys.
I think
Captain Cobra's the villain. I think
they're gonna team up with the Decepticons, and they have to fight the Autobots.
The G.I. Joe's gonna be driving the Transformers.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also a mid-credit scene, which is I wasn't a huge fan, but it's just like Mirage is back.
Oh yeah.
I'm not quite sure, but was that his Gen 1 look or something?
I don't know. It just kind of looked like a Porsche in it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think it's a specific look from the cartoons or something. But
okay.
But it's like him mixed with another Transformers. The look, another Transformer within this movie. I think is the look that they gave him at the end.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit strange that humans can build Transformers, though.
Yeah, that's the damn. How you fix him?
Yeah,
because he's from the U.S. Army, bro.
But Transformers aren't actual cars, right? They're aliens.
Yeah, but they're mechanical.
They're mechanical, so you can just is it like putting a tattoo on you?
If you do what? If you want to revive an Autobot
limb. Is that what like a
I guess
human
because I mean
mechanics
their
would-
arms would be
Human transform.
robotic parts. You can replace that.
sort of? Well, like they're alien robotic parts, but I guess
Yeah, but
Earth robotic, like you know what I
I
mean?
guess it works.
Yeah.
But I guess their only like life being is the
The
spark.
spark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the soul. But you can still revive that anyway, so
Yeah.
you good.
Anyway, I think that comes to the end of this review.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good.
Final verdicts?
Oh.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Sam Witwicky, and I endorse this message. This new Transformers movie is pretty good compared to the old ones. I liked it. It's a bit of fun. Good characters. Optimus still a dick.
But like less of a dick.
Less of a dick. He
less of-
learns not to be a dick a bit.
Smaller dick.
He's a smaller dick now. So I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10.
I've been thinking throughout the review. I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Damn.
10 out of 10.
Oh, I'm not gonna go a 10. What I guess Spider-Verse an 8.5, right?
Yeah.
I don't think
Something like
this
that.
is as good as I should have given Spider-Verse maybe a bit higher, maybe. I've given that like a 9. I don't think this is as good as Spider-Verse now that I've dissected it more.
Yeah.
I still think it's really good. This is like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll say it's an 8.5 with Spider-Verse technically being better,
Okay.
but
Yes.
like,
Cool.
fuck, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Great movie. Just like subjectively, like I just had so much fucking fun.
Good movie.
Good movie.
Without a go.
Wow.
Alright.
Well, that gives us a
Oh yeah, actually, try to do the
Okay.
best of that one.
7.4.
7 something.
Yeah.
There you go, folks. Enjoy your movies. Tell us what you think about the Transformers if you
Yo.
have watched it.
Let's go.
All right, now I'm gonna speed through a bunch of new stuff.
Wow.
Firstly,
views.
We watched the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer, which is the sequel to the
The
Final
remake.
Fantasy VII remake.
Part 2.
Part 2. Looking good, I guess.
I guess they're going on with the story. They got all the characters back.
Yeah, it would have been tricky to not have them
Mhm.
back. How would
Oh,
that
and
work?
they also got the little martial arts lady that wasn't in the first one, but she was a DLC because not up to this part of the story yet. But now she's there.
For sure.
But PS5 graphics, because
Yeah.
the old one's PS4.
Yeah, for
There
sure.
you go.
There is a PS5 version though,
Oh, okay.
like an upgraded. But yeah. This is probably the biggest story of the week, and that was the Apple Vision Pro announcement.
Yes, that's
3.5
correct.
grand USD headset.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of it?
I just thought it was kind of funny. People were like talking about it, was like, okay, this is actually pretty cool.
I mean, it's cool,
It's
and all, but
definitely
like,
not for like most people. It's for like people who are into tech, pretty much, because it's like a Gen 1 thing. So it's like
yes.
you invest early and see where, like, basically your feedback will determine how the product goes, right?
But how does it compare to your like Oculuses and your other Vive stuff? Is it just everything's in one package and you're good to go? I think that's the thing, right?
Well, okay, for me personally, because I don't use any Apple products, it is pretty much useless.
Yes.
It does nothing. So like kind of the thing is it's meant to mesh with your ecosystem. Yeah, like well, at least currently you can only do Apple things on it, right? That includes like FaceTime and like
It's supposed to be
camera stuff, right?
a lifestyle object. Is
but
it-
like one of the main selling points is your integration with your Mac.
Yeah.
So it's like that part is completely useless to me. But like it can
Yeah.
essentially operate as like a second, like a big screen
But on your face.
on your face.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
watch pornos in public now.
You know, Jack's Films immediately uploaded the video going, basically the thing in a nutshell, and it was just someone going, "Hey, I'm watching porn here."
Hey, I'm watching it.
There are a few
Nice.
things that I'm like, like I wouldn't buy it purely. like price point one. Secondly, not an Apple person.
Yes.
I am, as you guys probably know, I am a pretty big VR person.
You
I've
like your
bought the
VR.
last 2 generations of PlayStation ones, and like I do try and keep up with what's going on with that sort of stuff. There are a few things that were interesting to me. I don't think everything here is super unique. It's like stuff that's been done before, just done a lot better because it's more expensive.
Yes.
So like notable things like you notice like the pass through with the way that the eyes thing works. Like you can see the person's eyes.
Which they've named eyesight, which I found so funny.
So the only reason they're able to do that is because they're not using pass through. Well, yeah, they're not using pass through. They're actually using cameras inside to look at your eyes, and what's on the thing is actually just another screen.
Yeah.
So it is not a pass through.
Crazy.
Which I think is like
Kind of weird.
Yeah, the reason no other headsets can do that is fucking expensive to put another screen on it.
Yes.
So like I don't really give Apple props for that. They're charging a lot of money, so it's like, yeah, they can do that because they're charging so much fucking money. So it's like,
but what's the point though? Why would I want to look at you so you can look at me?
Because their vision is like
You
you'll
can
be
wear this
having
in
it on while
public.
you're having
Yeah,
conversations with people and stuff.
But then I can watch porn while I'm having a conversation.
Yeah.
Is that the good part?
Apparently, people. By the way, I have seen people use it, so like I know some stuff. It basically works like pass through on my PlayStation, where it's like you change it to pass through,
outside,
right?
Yeah.
So like while you're doing stuff, it doesn't do it.
Yeah.
It's only for when you're like stop doing stuff and you're doing pass through.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. So it just seems like it screams. It's just another screen, but it's using cameras inside to see your eyes.
Yes.
What other things were there? Oh, so the 3D camera thing that's been around since the like ages. It's just a really good version of a 3D stereo camera, I believe it's called. That sounds right. The right term, a stereoscopic camera or something. My 3DS could do that. That was a very noticeable thing. I was like, hey, I can do that. Have you ever seen those funny like TikToks of people using their 3DS at like concerts to take photos?
Yeah,
that's pretty funny to me. But yeah, it's just good cameras on the outside to do that. Yeah. Apparently it's really creepy. People have said like it feels weird when you're doing like playback of it and you're like in the
playback.
I've heard like when you're rewatching videos of like the 3D, apparently it feels very weird.
Because it's real but not real.
Also, do you think any like parents or something will bring out their headsets and go like, oh, it's like say it's like a birthday lunch and be like, all right guys, I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna have a giant headset on. Yeah, there's a lot of weird things.
Maybe. They're paving the way for the future.
The FaceTime thing is, I agree with the people saying it's a digressing. Is that the word? Going backwards.
Digression.
Where they're just doing the it's because it's just like you can't see your face. That's the thing, right? So what are they going to do for FaceTime? They're just making it an avatar. Bear in mind, it's like motion capture avatar, basically, which the technology does exist. What's that thing? Is it? Fuck, what's that game engine? Unreal. I'm pretty sure they have a thing now, or they announced it or something, where you're going to be able to do that from your phone. Do live motion capture. That's a cool thing. But yeah, the tech obviously exists for that. I just don't see why anyone would want to use that at all. It's like, why would you want, like, isn't the whole point of FaceTime is to see the other person's face? That's weird.
Let's go to VR chat.
Yeah.
The only thing that I was like, okay, I kind of get it, is for people who like movies. The way they're doing it is like
movie VR.
Yeah, and you can change how immersed you want to be in it and stuff. Basically create like you're in a home theater, and apparently it works really well. And like even like I could totally see someone wanting to do that on the airplane or something. Putting out their headset just for that. Like I totally get that. That's cool. However, how long does the average movie go for? It goes for like maybe 2.5 hours, just like over 2 hours, generally speaking. The battery life on this thing is only 2 hours.
Keep it on charge.
So yeah, you'd have to have it plugged in, which is unrealistic when you're going outside and stuff.
Yes.
You're not going to have it, The interesting thing I noticed is they're using USB-C.
Yeah, they've been doing that for the iPad.
Yeah. And I think it's because of that one lawsuit that happened. If you remember, I think
Yeah.
we covered it like last year or something.
The
They got
EU
sued in the
law.
EU because yeah.
Also, I think for the iPad they used it for like accessories and stuff because it's more accessible.
Yeah.
There also, but they're not moving that for the iPhone, or not now at least.
They might for the
They
next
might,
one, I guess.
because they're legally bound to.
Yeah.
But they're moving that way.
Yeah. I've heard that it is very heavy because it's metal and glass. Whereas
Fancy.
plastic, that's why like most VR things use plastic, not just because it's cheaper, but because it's literally, you want to feel lightweight.
Yeah.
Which means you probably don't want to even be using it for longer than 2 hours, which begs the question is, what is this for? And to be honest, I still haven't found a good enough answer. It's just kind of like, it's like experimental tech essentially.
Yeah, it's basically Apple showing off. Yeah, we can make VR too.
Yeah.
Like all you guys.
There, and for me, it's just like, it's just basically what other VRs can do, but just better because they have the money.
Yes.
However, a lot of it relies, like, there is no point in getting one unless you're an Apple user. They've made that pretty clear. The other thing is gaming. Now, they showed off in the clip somebody gaming on their PS5.
Can you use it
Why
on
don't you
your
just get a PSVR
PlayStation?
for cheaper? And if you want to play a game on the fake big screen, you can do that on the thing. Now, in terms of actual VR gaming, how's it going to work? Because one of the very important things in gaming VR is haptics. This has no haptics.
Does it shake your head?
I don't know, but the PSVR does.
Okay.
And the thing is, they have motion tracking for your fingers and hands.
So no controllers?
Yeah, they don't have controllers, which is incredible technology. However, I was watching, I think his name's Marcus. That guy.
Yeah.
He did like a demo where like a butterfly flew out, landed on his hand, and he was like, "Oh, it was really cool," until it landed on his hand and he felt nothing.
Oh,
and that, like, to me, because VR, I don't know if it's in the place at least right now, it's not really in the place for like use for people who aren't into gaming. In honesty, I feel like VR in general is mostly a gaming thing. Yeah, and like Apple's kind of trying to make it like with the relation to how it works with the Mac into more like a work thing, or like you can watch
even
movies.
like Facebook metaverse stuff. They're trying to make it more like, oh, look, you can talk to people. In the AR
like the Meta
world.
Quest 3 just got announced, but their big focus was gaming. They did a whole game, like their entire showcase was just gaming. So it's like, because that's still their main focus is gaming.
Yeah.
Because it's the Quest, right? And I feel like if you're not getting, like, I don't really get super the point, because I would still much rather have my PSVR 2, and and if so far they have no apps, obviously, so it's also like $3,500 paperweight. So like, so I don't know, we'll see how this goes into the future, I guess. And my point is just like, what is this for? I don't really get it, but
just to watch porn in public while still being able to look at other people in the eye.
How many times have you said that? This one explanation.
I genuinely think this is the purpose of it.
It is pretty much,
All right, we'll move on to some other things. The final Miyazaki film is coming out.
Is he dying?
No, he's retiring.
Oh, okay.
We're all dying, aren't we?
Yeah.
But he's not putting a trailer out. He says he just wants people to come in and see it.
Okay, Mr. Miyazaki. I'll watch it someday.
Yeah.
When I'm dead.
When I'm dead.
Buried.
When you're dead.
The new Captain America movie has been renamed Brave New World. And we got a picture from set of Harrison Ford and I forgot his name. We're about to talk about him.
Mr. Falcon.
Who's Falcon? Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
And so we definitely know that Harrison Ford is Thunderbolt Ross after the original actor passed away.
Rest in peace.
We got good news on the writer strike. They are entering negotiations now, so maybe things will be going well.
The studios caved in.
What do you mean? Oh no! Whose side are you on?
I'm of the side of productions going. What was good for them?
The side of productions moving forward is the writers.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you don't need riders, then they would just go forward, wouldn't they?
I want another Transformers,
Transformers.
2.
Honestly, it would be really funny if we get a couple of those.
Yeah.
Deadpool 3 might be another Transformers 2. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, they can just wing it because it's a Ryan Reynolds film. Fucking-
Nah, that was the whole point. Nah, they have a script, but they're not allowed to ad lib anything because that counts as writing. And yeah,
yes.
because I guess what happened with Transformers 2 is they could ad lib everything, and I guess that would count as writing. But nobody gave a shit because they didn't care about the writers. That was kind of like
Yeah.
In other news, Ahsoka's releasing in August.
Yo.
The Spider-Man 2 game is releasing in October. Should I buy the collector's edition, which is like
What do you
200
get?
USD?
What do you get in that?
You get a statue of like Venom fighting Spider-Man and
Ooh,
Miles
Venom.
Morales. You get a steel book. I love steel books. You don't get a disc though. You get a download code.
Damn, you can put
Just for
other
that?
things in
No.
that steel book.
I want a
Like-
steel book.
What can you put in a steel book?
Steel.
A real book.
Well, it just looks nice on my shelf. So that's literally the only thing. I know, like I just like the art. The arts are usually like cool.
Yeah.
Could be cool.
We got gameplay for Mortal Kombat 1, and you can check out our little pre-show if you pay the $1.
Along with
But we thought it was really cool,
Yeah.
right? A lot of fighting combat looks good. I like seeing all of these new versions of the characters that I like. Looks like a lot of fun. We're going to trailer for the new Prince of Persia game. It looks like Valorant. And it's like a... What did I call it before?
2.5D
2.5D
platformer.
2.5 men.
Doesn't look particularly good.
2-man half cup.
Okay.
going
We got a
on?
clip from Twisted Metal that we watched. What did you guys think?
Samoa Joe is
Yeah.
in the building, but not a voice by
The
Samoa
voice
Joe.
was Will Arnett for the clown dude.
Yes.
What did you think of the comedy and stuff? That was the main selling point.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's
The
funny.
internet hates it because it's too cringe.
No, how's it cringe? It's Clown Man.
Yeah, but they
They're
keep
just
making
clowning
jokes
around,
is
man.
the point.
Give him a break.
No, I thought it was supposed to be a comedic moment. Of course, they're making jokes.
What else they gonna do?
Yeah, apparently it's not
let him
meant to be
clown around?
comedic though. Like the vibe
Supposed
of
to
the
be
character. or
serious?
something.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Because the clown's meant to be like a
Oh,
psychotic clown, I think. I don't know.
well, psycho people are funny sometimes, guys.
But
Don't
I
you
thought
know
it was
that?
also a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys. Totally. We got the trailer for Sonic Superstars.
Also, a 2.5D
2.5D.
platformer.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool. I'm sure Ibrahim would have stuff to say about that.
Shout outs
Shout
to
out
Ibrahim.
to Ibrahim. Nicolas Cage is coming to Dead by Daylight.
Ooh,
Just as himself.
Nicky.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a trailer for a little game called Power World, which is like Pokemon but with guns. And you could like
Also
treat them
open
as
world.
slave.
That was like I
Yes.
don't know what the fuck.
To expand your empire.
You know, honestly, it looked bad.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
actual gameplay, like when they showed like shooting and stuff, that looked really bad to me.
It's like Unity engine Pokemon.
It looked like yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It looked like even like shittier than like Fortnite. I don't know.
Engine
Yeah.
Empire.
No. I was
Well,
thinking-
it's an indie game, man.
But
Oh.
like I feel like they're capitalizing off the hype of the fact it's Pokemon that with guns. Like the game doesn't even have to
Yeah.
be good; they'll make money regardless. Yeah,
Cool, there you go.
Until they get sued.
we'll see if that.
Well, I mean, Nintendo has sued for
Yeah.
smaller things
Smaller
before,
things
so
than
I'm
that,
like,
yeah,
they're
that's
going to
so true,
sue.
Yeah, I'm gonna trailer for Ubisoft's open world game, Star Wars game, Star Wars Outlaws. It
The
was just a
Outlaws.
cinematic trailer, so it showed us like literally nothing. So, like I'm not even
I
excited
mean,
for it
yeah.
because it was
What if
no
the
gameplay
in-game engine renders like that?
in like real time.
Think about that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because you could kind of just do that with like fake depth of field,
Mm.
which they kind of have sometimes, but not well usually.
I mean,
Or just for the
Yeah.
cutscenes, you can do that.
we got a trailer for Payday 3.
Yes.
I hope it's cross-platform because if it's cross-platform, we could
You can
play it.
Yay.
Bring back the good old days, glory days of Payday 2.
Bring the funk back.
Remember how I got super hyped when John Wick came to Payday 2?
Oh yeah.
Remember that? Yeah, I bought the DLC. That was when I first met Sai, by the way.
Yeah.
I know he played Payday, and then I was like, "Oh, you want to play?" And then I bought the John Wick DLC, and we played through that.
Nice.
Back in the day, yeah. We were playing with like Kelvin and stuff.
Oh,
We tried to do
yeah,
like we tried to do like
yeah.
a heist, I think, on like a train or something. I don't remember. Something to do with a train yard.
Did we
To break in.
finish the
I don't
heist?
know. Me and Lachlan tried to do this art gallery heist that we like never finished. I finished it by myself.
Mm.
Sure, but... Do you remember the one cooking the meth one? That was fucked.
Oh.
That was the worst one because you get these instructions, but the instructions are all wrong. So if you do it, you'll blow up the house.
Fake myth.
Sounds fun.
Yeah,
It's a
Was
Walter White
Walter
fake
White there?
instruction.
Oh.
It's like when the Walter
there
White
was
made
like
the
a Walter
theme.
White reference. Oh, Gustavo. What's the actor Gustavo?
Despacito.
Yeah. Giancarlo Esposito. He's in Payday 2.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah. So it's like Ron Perlman's in it as well,
Oh.
who voiced Optimus Primal in the movie just saw. We also did a trailer for the Cyberpunk DLC, and personally, I'm quite excited. However, I believe that all owners of Cyberpunk should get it for free. You can charge new players, sure, but you know the suffering I had to go through. I bought the game on PS4. I pre-ordered that shit. I've only pre-ordered 2 games in my entire life.
Project
That was
Red.
Cyberpunk and COD Modern Warfare 2.
Facts.
Go
gets what he fucking deserves.
free.
Anyway,
Yes, he
that
does.
concludes our episode. If you have any thoughts on the new Transformers movie, perhaps you can comment them.
down
comments?
below, tell us your thoughts. What should be the Q&A for today? Or the poll, rather.
Would you rather return to Monkey or return to Primal? Optimus Primal.
Choosing the poll.
Cool.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next
Maximal or
one.
Maximal
But
or Monkey? That's
Mhm.
the
plug our socials, please.
me? Okay,
Yes,
sure.
you usually do it and forget.
Sure.
As in, like, forget all the tags.
Unholy.pod@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
No, 3 unholy things at gmail.com.
Yes, we should.
Unholy.pod on Instagram and TikTok. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Cool.
And Unholy Trinity on YouTube, but we haven't uploaded there in a while because we've been
We'll
doing this.
upload something.
When's our year anniversary? That's what actually I've been thinking
I
about. Is
don't
it
know when
October
our
or something?
anniversary is.
Maybe we should do something
Maybe
special.
I'll take a look.
Maybe we should have a nice anniversary dinner and stream the entire thing.
Ooh. Yes, we
German's
can.
family dinner, maybe.
Jeremy family.
You know that one
dinner.
stream he did where he
Yeah.
hired? Yeah.
Haven't actually watched that in full. Maybe I should watch that. Shout out to Jerma.
Shout out to German.
Please plug our show.
Yeah.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, teaser, it's going to be The Flash.
Oh.
Oh.